Those.
Hey! Come on, Rafe. Come on.
Hey, I'm broadcasting in Spanish. I was a little early.
Espanol?
What does that have to do with broadcasting in Spanish?
I don't know. I'm on a satellite link.
Oh, okay. You're in Spain.
I'm in Spain. España.
In Spain. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hello.
Morning,
the
Dad.
whole team is back together, at least for a couple days, and then everybody scatters again.
All the touring boys.
All the touring boys will be gone. The Hall of Famer returns. There she is, the
Does
Hall
my
of
head
Famer.
look bigger?
I could tell.
She's taller. She had a growth
A
spurt.
little taller.
So I said,
Maybe
like
a
little
5'5".
happier?
5'5".
Yes.
Head is
Hi.
a little bigger. Oh, you're happier?
I am. My cup hath filleth this past weekend. I got to see so many old friends.
Well,
It was
listen.
amazing.
Illinois State University, Illinois' first public university.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Sure. Of course I did.
didn't know
They
that.
quiz us before you
didn't
arrive
know
on
that.
campus.
You didn't know that. Illinois'
did.
first public university.
Yes, Abe
It's on the
Lincoln.
sign.
That's
Abe
what I say
Lincoln
when I
taught
go
there.
to, when I talk about Ramapo College, the 2 semesters I went. New Jersey's #1 liberal arts college. That's right. Don't forget it.
Oh, no,
Go
I haven't.
Roadrunners.
Wait, ISU was the first. Why Illinois State then? Why not? How did University of Illinois get in there second and still get that title?
Illinois State University, as opposed to Illinois University.
University of
Or
Illinois.
University,
University of Illinois.
Seems more regal.
It does. And
Like
it
when
is.
you put state on the end, that's always like that seems like the second school.
Well, it is. People would rather go to U of I than Illinois State.
Right, but I mean, even in the naming process, it seems like that would be like the second name you would pick. Like if you were getting an Instagram handle for an Illinois college, you would want University of Illinois first, and if it was taken,
Maybe because it was the first, you have to have the state
As a
in there.
Hall of Famer, you, of
that's a good
course,
point.
know what year it was founded.
Of course I do, Rizz.
It
That
was- it was.
1819.
1857.
Thank
correct.
you.
Absolutely correct.
Listen, man, you don't go to learn about the school. You go to learn about your profession.
And your
So
history
it was-
major?
It was good,
Yes.
the Hall of Fame induction.
It
so
was so
Friday,
good.
so you were down there Friday for
Panel.
panel.
And so that was with the students, all the mass comm students. And so we took questions, and it was
Oh,
myself
what were
and
some of
4
the
guys.
questions?
Some of the questions, like what advice would you give to seniors that are moving into the real world? And I
You
talked
say,
about.
don't get into radio.
Well,
This is-
I said network. It's about who
this
you
is-
know.
There's no more room.
Did you give him the Sandler? Cherish it.
I did.
Enjoy
I
college.
said, enjoy all of this. I did. I did pull a girl aside and say, listen.
Listen, bitch.
Listen, bitch. These are the happiest years of your life.
You grab her by her shirt. Listen, bitch.
Listen, bitch.
Cherish
Slow
it.
down time. I did. They loved it.
This is the best time of your life.
It was so good. And
Take advantage.
They're all
Look at me.
nervous.
I'm old.
I'm so old.
I'm old.
Look what happens.
Miserable.
I'm
do you
old.
think I'm pretty?
How old am I?
Go with me, lady. Do you think I'm pretty? She's like got claw marks.
Like,
in her.
oh, my God.
That lady put claw marks in me, and she doesn't even have nails.
I know. I bite them off.
Look at me. I blew it.
I
You
blew
still
it.
have time.
Get your business degree.
You think you're going to go to L.A., but you're going to go to St. Louis and stay there.
Oh, I know. I did talk about that.
Me?
I was like, what did I not accomplish?
Where did I go wrong?
Where did I go wrong? Damn you, KC95.
So they asked you, all right, so they asked you about the industry?
Yeah, they wanted to know, like, what's up? And I talked about you guys a lot. I said, I'm the only one with a degree in this room, not a degree in radio in this room. And I said, one guy dropped out of liberal arts college, one is a touring member of Goldfinger, one is a touring comedian, and one man should probably be a pastor.
Yep, there's him.
And I
There's-
said,
hey,
and we
buddy.
are the #1 show in St. Louis. And they were like, what?
Whoa.
Yeah. I said, so you'll meet people that are not radio people, but they are there. And I said, and that's part of the fun these days.
Did you miss the college life?
I did.
Did you go visit the dorms? You go to any
No,
parties?
I didn't want to be a weirdo. My college roommate came in town, and I said, should we go up to Watterson Tower? Should we go to Manchester 13? And we
So
thought,
are those the college bars?
no, those are the dorms that we stayed in. And then we thought that'd be kind of weird to, like, knock on our old room.
Yeah.
Like we're old people.
Oh, can you imagine? Learn on a roommate, knock on their old dorm room
Hello.
door,
Would be
and
awesome.
2 students open up,
Oh, you
and
should've
you're like,
done it.
oh, hi, we used to live here. And they go, and?
And get the hell out of here.
Get out of here.
They probably still have, like, their Pulp Fiction posters up and whatnot.
When? And like,
What, in the 20th
1812?
century?
Yeah.
1857, when the college was founded, of course.
Did you
Everybody knows
build
that.
this
Everybody knows that.
building?
But I did go to, like, all the head shops and the record stores in downtown and uptown Normal, and it looks really good. They've done a lot to that Main Street. Looks better than it did whenever I was there. I was a little jelly.
Good. Moon and I both said this. We missed out on the university life.
Yeah.
And I am kind of jealous.
Heck yeah.
I am. And you didn't do it either, right?
No, I didn't. I went to community college and left early. I didn't complete it. But yeah, I really wish I could have done a dorm thing or whatever.
But if I had done that, I would have missed out on this opportunities here. So
that's
there
what I
was,
said
there
about
was
you.
the trade-off.
I said you didn't finish college because you got an opportunity and you took it. And that was a lot of the conversation that the panel talked about was like taking opportunities whenever they arrive. Because you never know when they're going to come. And then if you pass them by, you may not get as lucky as
Did you tell them about my no backup plan rule?
No.
Don't have a backup plan.
No, I didn't say that. You should have been on the panel with me.
Next time.
Bummer.
Next time I'm asked.
Yeah. No, it was really good, though. Panel on Friday, then we went out to the bars. Shout out to Maggie Miley's.
Whoop, whoop.
Did a couple of Vegas bomb shots.
Oh, Vegas bomb.
Like
they
we
still
were,
make those.
like it was 06 again.
Vegas, but what is that?
I don't know.
Vegas
it was
bomb?
delicious.
You don't know?
What is in a
You had it, but
It's
you don't know?
It's vodka and it's fairy juice. I don't know what it
vodka,
is.
Red Bull, and what is the other thing? Butterscotch?
Is it
It's delicious.
Is it a standard thing, or is it just,
It's a hot girl shot.
It's
or is
Risk.
it just we're
You
calling
know what?
it?
Let's do a couple of Vegas bombs.
Crown Peach Schnapps, cranberry juice, and Red Bull.
It's delish.
That sounds disgusting.
It's not
painful.
vodka. was
I
like,
will order
think
you
it's
one next time
vodka.
we're out.
Did it hurt?
You know what? I would love to do a Vegas bomb with you. You've never had one? Let's leave right now. Go down to Il Balago.
Scott, wheel in the
Made ours
bar.
different.
All right.
Wheel, go to the office
the
and wheel
cart.
in the cart. Wheel in the bar cart.
We're gonna.
We have actually, we
Yours
have enough
has-
liquor in our office where we could have a bar cart.
We could.
I do
We
miss
should.
I do miss a car bomb.
Oh God. Okay, so we were talking about car bombs and we were talking about Jaeger bombs. I've not done a Jaeger bomb since 2011.
Wait, okay. So Jaeger bomb
Ew.
is.
Is Jaeger and Red Bull,
Oh my
So when they did,
and it is brutal.
When you put the shot in there, right?
When you mix two things like that, does it actually make it decent?
No,
and
it
a car
makes me
bomb
pass out at the
is
holiday
Jaeger and-
party.
Jaeger and
No.
Guinness?
car bomb is
No, car bomb is
Car bomb.
Guinness and whiskey.
It's smoother.
Guinness and whiskey.
yes,
Yeah.
Jameson,
Jameson.
Jameson and
Bailey's, and then you drop it in.
And you chug it.
in a-
And then you
It
throw
tastes
up
like
in the
before-
hotel room.
before it coagulates, turns into cottage cheese.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, buddies. It's-
You're
Oh,
thinking
man.
of Jaeger bombs. Have Jaeger. Jaeger bombs don't typically drop anything because the Vegas bomb you drop it, right?
No, it's just all mixed.
Oh. It says here you're supposed to drop it. Lazy
Oh, I guess you don't do it the
bartender.
right
Well,
way
we
up
didn't do it the
there.
right way.
Not
it's
normal.
The kids now are just
We
We
doing
didn't
them.
do it like that either. We just
Kids are so
mixed it.
lazy.
I know.
We
AI
mixed
made the
it.
shot.
I think people got greedy on the Red Bull. Bars got greedy on how much Red Bull cost and started because you're supposed to you drop the Vegas bomb in the energy drink. It's like half of a pint glass of Red
Yeah.
Bull. And there's people doing like 3 or 4 of those a night. And they're lucky their hearts weren't exploding.
Oh, yeah. Be up for 4 days.
Some of those
why
people
bars are
aren't
like,
around.
No, we're going to put just a dab in.
You know the kids nowadays, they're all snorting Adderall. They're doing the Vegas bomb shots.
They're not even drinking. I mean, we were all old and at the bar again, and I was like looking around, and like all the young people were hydrating, and I'm like, you glowy little turds.
You're like, I'll have a Vegas
need to be
bomb.
like
They
them.
blew the dust off of the bottle of Crown Royal like it was the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, everybody's with their water flasks.
And all high. Everybody's high, though.
They
Everybody
didn't
is
even
so
know how to
stoned.
make it. They had to call like a guy that retired and be like, hey, Tom, are you up? And he's like, oh, I'm 87 years
It's been
old.
20 years.
Yeah, we got
Someone just ordered a Vegas bomb.
we got a
man. We don't know what to
40-something in
do.
here who used to go here.
She's wanting to dance on the table again, Tom. You got to come
Is
in.
it Colvin?
Yes, it is. I remember her mother.
I remember her.
She's returned.
She's got a hot mom.
I do have a hot mom.
She has returned.
But anyway, I had a bunch of friends come in town it was a reunion and the Hall of Fame, but you didn't have to buy a ticket to the Hall of Fame, and so many of my friends did, and splurged to come to the big banquet and
Did
stuff.
you do well with your speech?
Well, here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
I was editing it up till Saturday morning, and then I had the hotel print it for me. All right, so I was ready to go. I was locked and loaded. And then I got there, and I was going first out of all the speeches.
Oh, you opened?
I did.
You didn't close?
I didn't close. The rich duo who is also this husband and wife. It's this woman named Amber and this guy named Mike. They own this racetrack
Dirt
website,
on people, right?
dirtondirt.com. Yeah, and they've been like huge entrepreneurs, been very successful. Getting ready to open a hydration company.
Yeah, well, guess who probably donated a lot of money to the school?
Well, absolutely they did.
Yeah, they
and they're
get to
good
close.
people.
How much you donate to the school?
Thousands of dollars.
Thousands?
Yeah, I've donated
Look at
a lot
you.
over
Whoa.
time.
Whoa.
In fact, there's a new scholarship for the radio kids, and I'm going to be splurging on that too. They announced this new scholarship, and I was like, I'm going to make a big donation after this. I got to get some things paid off, but then I'm going to splurge. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I pay it
All right,
forward.
look at you.
Okay.
Okay.
I invest.
Dear SIUE.
If anybody needs it,
Lose
I would
my
say
number.
It's a state university for sure.
Yeah, it's for real.
They're hurting.
There's a lot. I mean, these kids are like working 2 jobs, trying to be directors and also get a career. Scholarships are important. Anyway, so no, I was the opener. And so I decided to forego my 5-minute timed out perfect speech that was 4 pages long. And I just riffed.
Nice.
Riff City.
Riff City,
What a
USA.
decision.
Smart.
I started off
That
with
is
a
so
little social.
That's unlike you.
I know.
Very unlikely.
I know. And I did not. I felt terrible after I was done.
You blew it?
I blew it.
I bet you it was great. You just don't know.
No, it was good. I had a lot of compliments afterwards. I had some former teachers come up and they knew who to start with, saying all these things.
Yeah.
And I got off stage and I was going through, and then the next person got up there and they were reading it, and it was a beautiful speech, and they started thanking their spouses and their families who were there.
Did you not thank Tim? Or
I
your
did not
parents?
thank my family or my husband. I felt like the biggest a-hole for the rest of the night. I went from feeling high as hell to I am the biggest piece of trash.
Nice.
And so then
You're the Timothy Chalamet of the.
I'm
this award.
Timothy Chalamet.
I just want to be the greatest of all time. All grace to me.
Right.
I am the talent. I want to be Bob Dylan. I want to be this thing.
It was brutal. And so I get off and I go, oh my God. Oh my God. Because I had like a paragraph for them at the end, right? So anyway, we get through the night, and Deb Lesser, who was our faculty advisor she's been there for like 40-something years. She retired. That was like the end of the night celebration. And I was like already emotional because of that, because she was so important to me. And then I started feeling like just, you know how I am. I started ruminating and just feeling like total trash.
When you got off stage, did people not make eye contact with you?
No. Nobody cared. I was the only one who cared
Because
about
that's
this.
that's a good sign you did all right.
Yeah.
When nobody can make eye contact with you.
No, everybody was
Was
so
it
lovely.
like at a comedy show in the opener, Bombs, everyone's like, hey, good set. Was that how it felt when your teachers like, they knew who to start with?
Yeah, I guess so. Now that
Dude,
you're
I
saying
will
that.
never forget, by the way, somebody bombing. When I did my stand-up, and it was you and Dan Soder.
Yeah.
Were closing the show.
Yeah.
And the chick that was on before me bombed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I remember.
I mean, the one that went right before me, it was brutal. And we were back in the green
It
room.
ruined your life.
And you and Dan went like this.
Yeah.
Good luck, buddy.
Like when someone makes that sound,
Oh no.
yeah. Ooh.
It's a hard gig.
It's a hard gig.
But in all reality, you get the second best spot if you're not closing open. Primacy
Yeah.
and recency.
I felt
you don't wanna
good
be
about it.
You don't want to be the speech in the middle. So I'm
Well, I
glad
stayed
you got
to
to go first.
it was a type 5. I stuck it to, I thanked obviously the teachers, the university. I was in the college mindset that I was back in that WZND studio, that I wasn't like, oh yeah, you were 20 years old. You didn't have a husband at the time. Your mother wasn't there because you lived away. Like, I was so grateful
right.
for this.
F
of
these
the
people.
And F them.
F them.
And so then so after all that night's over and we take my mom and Jerry back to the hotel, I said, oh God, I felt, and I'm like, tell my mom, I'm apologizing to my mom and Tim and stuff. And they're like, we don't care, blah, 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 being sweet about it. And I said, well, why don't I
your
read
eyes
you
all
guys
red.
the speech that I was going to read on our way back to the hotel to drop you guys off. So I'm like,
please, no.
flying through it. And Jerry goes,
sure
my
that would
stepdaddy
throw
goes,
for that.
you should have read this speech. It was so much
Oh,
better. And I was like, oh,
Didn't. What are you doing?
He's like, you were doing
I was
Vegas
like, I'm
bombs.
gonna
Jerry was doing truth
walk
bombs.
off a bridge.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so anyway.
I would say that is the best and the worst thing about improving or winging anything is that you have no idea what you said.
I know. I have not.
Dude,
No. I was all from the heart,
yeah.
from the soul, right? I was so nervous getting
People
up
like,
there, and I
how do you feel it went? You're like, I have no idea. I don't have a clue of what I just did. It was
You
just
were nervous?
It's okay.
Yeah, I was very nervous. I wasn't nervous until I found out I was going first, and I was like, oh my God, okay. Here we go. And
That is
then
a lot of pressure.
I decided, you know what? I'm just going to speak from my heart because I like doing that. And I hit all the people that were up there on stage. They're like, that was so good. And that made me feel good. And then I
I'd
got to the
rather
table
go
and it all
first.
started coming back. I was like, oh God, I did not thank my mom
I'd
or my
rather go
husband.
first because I don't want to sit in
get
my
it over with,
nerves.
Yeah, but then your guests are like, all right, we can leave.
Yeah.
And now we have to stay for the rest of these people. And one guy, and I won't call him out, this older man, everybody was taking bets on how long his speech was going to be before he got up there because he was very long-winded at panel. And so we were supposed to have 5 minutes. He went for 19 minutes, I saw.
Oh, my
wow.
God. 19
Nice.
minutes.
And it was
Probably a brutal 19.
And it was it was like
That's a bit much.
and I looked over and my
What are you
buddy who
doing?
was at my table, I started kind of having the nervous giggles because I looked over at my buddy Andy and he was literally like about ready to, he was like wanting to just flip the table. He was like, I got to get out of here.
that's a Friends episode.
Yeah.
You don't
You
look
know what I
around
mean?
and just get up
think,
and
think
go
it
to the
through.
bathroom.
You
That
don't
was
look
his
around
speech,
and see
actually.
people sleeping?
He read the transcript
Of a
of
Friends episode.
Smelly Cat. Yep.
Hey, man, I just want you to know this.
Okay.
You're so good on your feet. You're so good just improvising anything, responding to anything on the show. I'm sure it was spectacular.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like
I hope
you're not
it
going to
was.
remember
With
it
that
because
being said, it probably wasn't, and he probably should have gone.
You guys are like the
with my
devils and
speech.
angels of my shoulders.
Well,
He
both
probably
of you.
could have gone with my speech.
Also,
that I wrote
I
you.
didn't want to read your speech.
you're a professional riffer. So
I
just,
am.
Just like rely on your knowledge and your skill, and just assume that it was great because I'm sure it was.
I have it taped, and I'll probably be posting it later today. I'm going to do a little
Yeah.
recap. Should I post it?
no,
No.
Yeah.
Oh, can you post and
wanna
I be in the corner? Like
that was
like
a special
reaction?
thing. Leave it.
Like
You want a little reaction
like
to
I
what
could
I'm
do a
saying?
reaction to
I don't care.
Leave it.
reaction to
it.
Lern's Hall of Fame speech.
Yeah. Ugh.
I'm honestly just proud of you for abandoning your Type A personality and going up there and winging it. That's
I was back in college.
good for
What
you.
can I
Well,
say?
they give
Even
you
if
a-
it was slightly lesser, maybe not as polished, I think it was worth you going up speaking from the heart.
They
That's
give
a
you a
cool
medal.
thing.
No, I got a little trophy, a glass blown trophy, cool thing, and then I got my picture and a little plaque that will be in the right outside the radio station
Yeah,
for the
dude.
rest of time.
That's cool.
very cool.
That's cool. And I bet
Congratulations.
you're the only one that went up there and just like spoke off the heart.
I did. Everybody else read their
So,
speeches.
so it already has a different tone. It's already a cooler painting. Like you're fine. It's
I hope you
Thanks,
did your tap
man.
dance
Leave it,
routine,
dude.
though.
I
You're
did
like,
do my
it's
tap
part of
dance
this.
routine. I moonwalked out of there. I was like, peace out, bitches. Felt good.
ISU football rules.
Well, that's exciting.
Thank you. Yeah, it was.
She did the Bill and Ted speech. She had a bunch of people dressed up as like different radio people from history, Marconi.
Yeah, they all came back from the dead.
Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Scott was at a funeral on Friday.
Yes.
Sorry to hear about your cousin, buddy.
Thank you.
That sucks.
They gave
does
me no
suck.
awards there.
Yeah, nothing. You give a speech?
19 minutes.
No, I didn't. It was kind of, I was like, do I do this? And then they didn't offer anyone to speak, so I was like, better.
Was he buried or cremated or?
He was buried.
Anybody go too long?
What's up?
Anybody go too long at your thing?
No, it was just they had a pastor, and he did a great job, and it was
Great.
nice. It was perfect timing. The perfect timing stuff really went on before and after he spoke. It's where this funeral home was a very special one. And
Uh-oh.
like, yeah, it was
What do you
supposed
mean?
to have like nice music playing in the background. And so,
He said it was death metal.
yeah, pretty much. But no, they picked like the funniest versions of any gospel song you could ever find. They had like a bluegrass one, which I normally like. But
Yeah.
my cousin never once probably has ever turned on a bluegrass song and listened
Well,
to it.
you know why?
Oh,
Because
weird.
he probably didn't have his wishes written out, and they just do whatever.
Well,
Was
the
this a
family
younger
asked him
cousin?
to play, like some hymns and stuff. So the lady doing it, she started playing one, and one went into an advertisement about joint pain.
Oh,
So we're sitting there hearing
Didn't pay for the
Didn't
premium.
have not premium Spotify.
no.
Yes.
Oh,
It was-
buddy.
Well, how old was he?
Dude,
he was 53.
you get a discount on
Did
it,
he have-
don't you?
Discount on what? I'm
Oh, I hope they do. Because
On the
also,
whole, on the whole service, I'd have gone
mean-
and been like, "Yo, you just YouTube added."
Right.
On my,
well, the lady,
Yeah, you didn't
every
splurge
time
for
she
the
tried to
premium
play
Spotify?
music too smoothly, it would be the wrong song, and then you see her like shuffling,
Oh,
and it would be like about 40 or 30 seconds of dead air, and then she'd find something to play,
dead air.
and then the volume would be down low. She would have to raise it up, and it was absolutely amazing.
This is what
Raise
happens.
me
This is
up.
what happens when you don't have your wishes.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you
know.
also
Get
gotta
out.
keep.
Home.
That's why I was asking how old he was, because you got to keep. Like I have to keep. If I died today and my mom's still alive, you're gonna have to. Someone's job is to block Jackie from DJing.
Okay.
Because I have songs I want played at my funeral.
You got to
My-
write it out.
It wouldn't matter. My
You make it now.
my mom is Eyes on the Sparrow is happening, whether I like it or not, and I don't want it.
That is a
don't
good
want
one.
gospel songs.
That
at
is a
my-
good one.
But she'd slide in there.
My wife and I are literally going today to sign our
Prenup.
last will and trust and stuff like
Can we
that
pick your
today.
songs for you?
Oh my goodness. Are you
Well-
going to list us as Do we all get something?
It's going to be a surprise.
Okay. Nice.
It's going to be a surprise. I'm going to listen.
It's going to be a really big
One
surprise.
of my last wishes is to have everybody gather in an auditorium, all the people in my life, and then I'll have somebody read out who gets what, and then what my true feelings about everybody are.
Oh, yes.
A roast? Like a
it's
roast for the living.
No, it's not a roast because a roast is kind of in a joking manner.
Oh no, this is like actual stuff.
I will actually.
It's more like Squid Game.
I have written out what I actually think of all of you, and it will be right upon my demise.
My
we all have to
God.
wear like the same outfit, like Squid Game, and as our name.
The guy will-
if we get roasted, we have to go into like a room where we will have to play red light, green light, and maybe die.
No, it's going to start out with some of you will be walking away with fabulous prizes today. Others will be walking out with terrible feelings.
Well, I would expect nothing less.
No, at dinner yesterday, I turned to my wife and said, we're signing the papers tomorrow. Do you have written out what you want to do? Like, she's still not, like, we have until 11 o'clock today. We got to sign the papers.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Got to sign the papers. Like, do you know exactly what you want to do? Well, I'm still on the fence about a couple things. Okay. I go, listen, you know me, I'm going to be cremated, and I don't care what you do with my ashes. I go, throw them out in the garbage for all I care. She goes, don't say that. I don't like when you say that. I go, I don't know. I don't know where I'd want to go.
Yeah. Me neither. Everybody's so different.
Bring me to the beach. Okay, just
Great. Thanks.
Fine.
Yeah,
I
beach.
think the parking lot here would be nice.
It's like that sounds good. Yeah, do that.
But it got me wondering, how long do you keep ashes for?
This is the epidemic.
Because I've never heard of anybody having their great-grandparents' ashes on the mantle.
This is the problem. I was at that seminar about the earth funerals, the green burials, and they were talking about specifically this. When you have ashes at home, you might hand them off to somebody when you pass away or somebody who's younger to you as you move on, but then they will get lost. And so what we're having is all of these dead people that have been ashed have nowhere to go, and people just throw them out.
Yeah, that's my question.
Yeah.
I mean, I have seen a lot of urns I went to Green Shag, and I saw like an urn that was clearly used. There was no ashes in it, but it was someone was in there at some point.
Can you turn? Speaking of ashes, it is so hot in here.
It is
by the way.
roasting. It's
What
76.
is the
It's
air
set on
conditioning?
70.
Is it hot in here, or is it?
Like, I think
just
I'm
this
about to turn.
conversation
I'm about to be
death?
cremated because it is so hot in here.
If it makes you feel better, it's 64
Yeah, my
in
ass
this
is
room.
sweating.
It is
I've
amazing.
noticed. It
I'm
says
completely
it's
fine. You guys all have
76,
perimenopause.
It is amazing how
set to
different.
69. It ain't working.
It is amazing how different people's things are. My mother handed me something, I'd say 15 years ago. It was before I was in this house. 15 years ago. And it was like, something happens. Here's what I want. This is who's singing. This is what they're going to sing. Nobody's allowed to do this. This is what's, she had it
Mapped
down.
out.
And my dad died in December. And my mom, like the day before, was like, yeah, I want his ashes. You know what I mean? Like he didn't have any of it. He didn't care. And I had a conversation with him a few months before, and I said, hey, man, if something happens, what do you want? He goes, I don't care. And I said, oh, but can you give me something, man? I'm going to be in charge of this. Can you give me something? And he goes, well, yeah, you know my favorite spot. Throw me in the river right there. And I said, oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least that's a plan.
Right. So I know what's happening with him, but like he didn't care. He was like, no, he could have been put in JB because he's a veteran, but he didn't want to. He was just like, he goes, well, whatever.
But it's a good question though. Like, these ashes are being handed down from generation to generation.
Yeah, so that's the plan.
And then what?
My mother felt comfortable having him, and he's in this big.
So what's your mom want to do?
Oh, my mother. I don't know if she wants me to read it out, but I got it, and she updates it every 5 years or so, and goes, "Here you go." And I got an envelope, and it's got a written.
Does she
letter.
want to be cremated or put in the ground?
I don't know if I should be telling you. At one point, I will say we went to the science.
Just
You think we're going to sneak in there?
Put under
Getting
glass?
Robert?
That's not my business to
Put under glass?
Oh, okay.
Well, at one point, we went to that bodies exhibit in.
That's right.
yes.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was waiting for you
Yeah,
to
because
say.
I think this was during the show, early on in the show, and we were going through. I was with my mother, and she goes, "Well, this would be a really wonderful thing." Now,
wanna be
this
on
was
the bike.
before.
That's so creepy.
Listen to me. This is before we knew all that weird stuff that was going on.
They were
with
getting
that whole thing.
slaves.
Yeah, they were getting
Chinese
just
slaves.
Chinese slave and some other things. But she was like, this is a good use of that. Maybe I'll consider donating to science or donating to this. Because do you remember that exhibit? At the end of it, they have like a thing that says, hey, you want to
Yes.
donate to us?
Oh.
It's binding too. They will come and take your body.
Yeah.
They'll find you.
Right.
If you signed up for the bodies exhibit, remember what it was here?
Yeah.
If you signed up and said you wanted your body donated, they will find you.
You're like Liam Neeson.
He doesn't want CPR.
What if you found
Trust
out
me.
that just by going to the bodies exhibit, you automatically signed up?
No, you didn't look at the fine print.
Yeah. You just need your email. Just check this box so you read terms and conditions.
Yeah.
Yoink.
You have to come to
gotcha.
Kirkwood.
Yeah, there was that.
You're going to have to come to Kirkwood and fight me for my mother's body.
That special, was it plasticine? I forget what they called it.
The stuff that they put in your
The
blood.
stuff where they put in your blood or in your veins and they made it. That's so creepy.
It was.
that was very
It was
creepy.
fascinating. though.
Fascinating.
They just turn you to
And
plastic.
remember behind the sheet they had the babies?
I know. And they had the animals, too. It was
the animals
wild.
was cool.
Animals
I
was
mean,
very
the horse
interesting.
and the camel. Did you get to see the camel?
Oh, yeah. If it was
Holy
there, I
smokes,
saw
Got
it.
to see it all.
It's phenomenal.
I mean, and it was a high ticket price. Remember how expensive it was to go?
Yeah. I
And
thought
they
it
were
was
like-
worth it.
They were
I
like
did too.
posing people like playing tennis and like,
No.
oh, it was-
Riding
Well,
a
it's-
bike.
Smiling.
Do you remember the guy doing the hurdles and his
the schlong?
Well, no, I mean his pear was down there.
I don't know. Do you just throw away the urn at some point?
Well, my dad's still on my grandma's fireplace, and so my mom has it in her deal where when she gets buried, he's going to be buried in the same spot.
do we just start mixing then?
I think so. But she's going to
Sandbox.
do, a full-on burial.
Hey, can I tell you
He
something?
did the ash route.
I know somebody who had a couple relatives go, and they were all in different urns. They were all in ashes. And they have a plot. They have a family plot. And it turns out you can put multiple ashes in a single plot, but only like up to 2. And she goes, oh, yeah, so, we just threw them all in together and just said that there was 2 people in here, but there was 4.
Ashes?
There was 4 people's worth of ashes that they put in one plot and said that there was 2.
Well, you got to pay per person?
Yes.
Why? It's ashes.
There's,
Well, also
there's
the
something.
tombstone.
She was telling me that I don't know if it's like a state law or something, but like their plot that they own that they were going to put these 3 people in. They said you cannot do that. You can only have 2. And she said, "Okay,
What does it matter?
Here's
They're
the 2."
ashes.
Right, that's what she said. So she goes, as long as you spiritually don't have an issue just mixing these people in and
matter.
saying whatever.
mixer.
Yeah. So they literally just took one can and put it in the other and said, "Yeah, this is only 2 people." 2 big people. Here you go.
Well, the whole point of this at the Green Funeral Expo that I went to, because I'm a psycho, is that this is trash. These urns and things are going to be around forever, where it's just one more reason to just put yourself in a damn burlap sack and just
I just
return
said-
to the ground.
All I'm saying is I paid $450, or my mother paid $450 for this
cannon.
big old onyx stone that my dad's in. So it's going to get used
I just
for
don't want to take
something.
up room.
Right. Yeah.
I'm using one bag of gunpowder. That is very
That's
low,
it.
low carbon footprint. Dude. That is a low carbon.
And then letting the sea life
And
eat
let
you.
the sea take you.
That's
You
right.
can't be, you're not going to be embalmed, right? So you'll be just
No, I
naturally
want
back
loose.
to the earth.
I want to be fired loosely out of it.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Hang on
Yeah, like one of those
loosely.
wiggly things
Yeah,
at,
yeah, yeah,
at-
but-
at the
yeah, you-
opening of a
but you-
car
Don't let
lot.
it go.
But if we're using gunpowder,
flapping, dude.
your legs are going to just
Yeah, I
like,
want it to
Blow
look.
off.
you are going to be
I want to look like
a
the
disgusting blob
Team
being
America when it's like, give me the sign.
You're going to just look like a
I'm going to be
big,
giving you guys a sign
like,
in the air.
like skin and
Oh.
blood blob.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a half
It's gonna be
jelly.
Go off
Your
and
legs
just-
are going to be blown off.
Well, I'm going to have
Blood.
I'm going to have like a platform.
We're going to have to like 2x4 your legs, you know.
I've sketched this on a napkin.
Okay.
So whenever I was in the army, I was a 13B, which is a gun bunny, a cannoneer, if you will. So we shot the big 155 howitzers that would shoot like miles and miles away, and you load the round, like the big shell you're going to shoot, and then it sits on a lip, and the detonator's at the end, and then you put in a bag of gunpowder that has 6 charges, and you can take charges in and out, and you calculate how far you want it to go based on that. And then you put a little 9mm bullet in there, and then you pull the lanyard, and it sparks it, and it shoots it out.
No, we need to put you in.
Same setup. You just put a little platform between me and the gunpowder,
And it
so it
just-
doesn't blow my feet off.
It's still, the pressure's probably going to do something to
the
your body.
pressure's
So
going out.
Your
we need
legs
to
are
put
going to shoot
yourself-
through your
You shoot
neck.
guys out of cannons at circus all the time.
Yeah, but they've got power. They're using their muscles.
Yeah, you're just dead weight.
Well,
We're going to put your kneecaps through your eyeballs.
some knee braces.
We need to put you in like
You're right.
some kind of sack.
I do need
Some kind of biodegradable
But I'm
sack.
gonna be like, dude, rigor mortis, brother.
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
true. That is true.
We're going to have to 2x4 your legs.
No, my legs are gonna be
No, we'll
stiff
put
as
him in
board,
a
dog.
sack which will disintegrate when he gets into the water.
Yes, and it'll be made of like kelp, so all the
Sure.
whales are
I
happy.
just want you to pose me in rigor mortis with like one finger out.
You know what we're gonna do?
and my hand to my side.
Old
and be
school
like,
Superman flying.
You ever see when they
Thunder.
you ever see when they sink an old barge to make a coral reef?
In fact, I might have clownfish.
That's what we're
like
gonna do
the
for you.
fuse.
We're gonna sink Rafe, and he's gonna
Okay.
become a coral reef.
That's fine. You can strap
love
some
it.
Coral
stuff
reef.
to me.
A coral reef.
Coral.
Coral.
Clownfish probably has the cannon, to be honest.
He does.
Well,
I think that'd be rad.
He knows somebody with a cannon. for
somebody
sure.
said they're just gonna spread my ashes at all the Olive Gardens across
Aw.
What a dream.
across
That
America.
would be nice.
Thank you, 618.
You should actually send a piece of yourself to every Olive Garden and put like a little display. That'd be nice.
I've never been to Olive Garden.
Oh yeah, we need to eat around Europe or
It's a
eat
tour
around
of Italy.
Tour of Italy.
We just did it.
That's
Easter,
happening
and I
this
thought
summer,
about
by
you.
the way.
We did on Easter. We went to Olive Garden. I thought about you. I was like, man,
Did you do the tour?
Rizz needs to be in here. It's funny that the boy did. The 12-year-old's like, I'll take the tour of Italy. I was like, dang, dude.
Did he
It's
go?
like,
I'll take the tour. He makes like a swirling,
it's
like, oh, I'm gonna
4
go
things.
around.
He did. He was just like, no, I don't need the kids menu.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
go around.
I'll take the tour of the country.
How traumatized. What if I got shot out of a cannon, planned it horribly, and somebody was like, it's just a pink mist.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're just
That's
gonna,
what we're talking about.
Yeah.
over here.
Blah,
And I'm like,
That's why we need to get
that
the
would
sack.
also be hilarious.
blah, blah, blah.
Instead
won't
of
be
Blue
that.
Mist by Mama's Pride, it's
Trust
Pink
me.
Mist by Mama's Pride.
Trust
Holy
me.
crap.
It'll be awesome.
So
Do
your
as I say.
so your stuff is down and hers is not, or the other way.
I'm ready to go.
Oh, okay. But she doesn't have. She was like whatever.
She's on the fence about a couple things.
Well, you can always change it. You don't have to like
Who's
what
on
you
the
do
fence?
today can be
My wife.
changed.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we got to
Wife.
put pen to paper today.
What's she on the fence about?
She doesn't know what she wants to do.
Let's litigate a few
I
things.
think it's a great
live
thing for
on the
my.
air.
I think it's a great thing for my children to argue over. A couple of them have a real.
Well, that's what.
What?
It was just me and my wife and my daughter.
It's
at dinner
fun to watch
yesterday.
families torn apart at funerals. I've seen
not
it
torn
several
apart,
times.
but a couple of them have real strong feelings about like Dad. Your dad deserves this, and they're going to go out, and I'm just going to be, ghosting over, being like, that ain't no big deal. It's whatever. And a couple of the kids will be like, Dad don't care. He's gone.
No, and I'm looking at my daughter, and she's talking about, or she's watching my wife and I kind of argue about what we're going to do, our final wishes, and she's got like kind of a misty kind of look in her eyes. And I go, don't worry, honey.
Oh.
I will haunt you.
Yeah, of course you will.
Oh,
I
that's
will haunt
sweet.
you.
I have a guest list of 2 people that are not allowed there. But other than that, I have no wishes.
Is it Rafe and me? How dare you? Damn it, Moon.
Get out of
We
here.
love you. Gosh damn it. Well, that's good. Are you doing this? Are you doing this as your death binder? Because you guys are
I'm busy
going
that
out
day,
of
actually.
We're going out of the country
going out of the
Sunday.
country.
No, it's something we have been putting off for
Okay.
a very long time.
Good for you. Proud of you.
And,
Yeah, that's good.
It's not a death binder situation. It's a we should have done this a long time ago situation.
What are you on the fence about?
I'm not on the fence about anything.
What's she on the fence about? Give me
Does
an
she want to
example.
be put in the ground?
Oh, okay.
Does she want to follow Jewish tradition?
Which is
Where they burn
the,
them?
the
You
layout.
have to stay out for a while. Is that part of-
It's mandatory lox and bagels for 7 days.
I bet Jewish funerals do have the best like foods.
It's a nice spread.
I
Also
bet it
Italian
is.
funerals.
It's the Shiva
Yeah.
thing, right?
Everybody just sends food to the house for 7 days.
It's amazing. White people just get like mastacholi. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
non-religious.
Oh no,
white
for my cousin's
weirdos.
My cousin's funeral last
John
2 weeks ago.
Mastroianni.
We had a whole. It was a whole thing.
great.
Big sandwich.
It's great. Big
chicken
sandwich.
pot- Big sandwich. Yeah. I love the big sandwich.
This guy loves walking into parties with a big sandwich.
Well, you know what?
Big sandwich energy.
Somebody brought the big sandwich out. And I went, "Ooh, big sandwich!" Like, Scott, calm down.
Calm down.
Oh, dude, somebody in the chat said that we should be pressed into our favorite vinyl. That's where you're going. Oh
yeah.
So cool. That's a hipster funeral, dude.
Yeah, you hate vinyl so much that we'll just take your
I
ashes.
learned-
I'll be
This is
eternity as a
This is
record.
my Lern Jethro Tull album.
I know. She'll be in a Death Row Toll vinyl.
breath.
I'm the part. Your ass is gonna be right in the part where the flute comes on.
We'll put you in
No.
Bob Dylan, brother.
Oh, that's eternity on a Bob Dylan record. No, hell.
We could press them into
Oh, he's
Radiohead's
going.
most important album.
Oh,
I'm
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
a single pressing 45.
Okay, Rizzuto.
smooth.
no, oh, God.
I'm putting you in smooth, and it's the only song that's gonna be. It's just gonna be on repeat. It's gonna be 14 tracks on a vinyl. It's smooth by Santana and Rob Thomas over and over and
He's
over.
gonna be messing with the lights. He's gonna be like Screw you, Rafe.
No, you could be pressed into jewelry too.
I know.
Well, they'll try to sell you that at the funeral home. By the way,
What?
they gave us pamphlets and they said, okay, now listen, I already gave them a check for whatever. You know, my mother like paid for all the stuff. We got that onyx thing that my dad's in, and they said, you know, now some people, we did take his thumbprint before he died, or you know, before we burned him. And I was like, okay.
Oh.
You know, like what, to check check the records,
what?
see if he committed any crimes? And
Yeah.
they said, no, it's because a lot of family members like to turn this into jewelry. Here's an example of a necklace with his thumbprint on it. And here's a ring with his thumbprint on it. And here's something else with his thumbprint on it. And I was like, no thanks. But they're like, we'll just take the pamphlet. So I took the pamphlet, and of course I bring it home, and my daughter sees it, and she's like, oh, and she starts crying. She's like, I want one of these. And I was like, really?
I want the lucky grandpa foot.
It's a thing. So yes, I think my kids are gonna get jewelry, order jewelry with my father's thumbprint on it.
Rizzuto.
I smell Rizz's ashes.
He's back from the
Pressed into
dead.
this record. No.
Be dancing around my underwear in my house because I miss you. Eating spaghetti.
And you're just
on my
watching
chest.
from the ceiling of all this.
Oh, it's a sad one. Oh, it's a sad one.
And
Scott Rizzuto. Goodbye,
I'm spinning
my
on the
son.
record player.
For eternity.
In hell.
I know.
It is a hot one.
Hey, speaking of rabbit foot, or you said grandpa foot, Scott?
Yeah.
Woke up this morning, looked out my front door. Mr. Gray, I guess he missed us all weekend, brought us a bunny foot with a little bunny tail attached to it still. So good morning to me.
Really?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
good luck.
It is good luck, but I was like,
Bunny
oh,
tail?
God. It was very sad. It was a baby bunny, too. I was like,
Oh, Lord.
I'm sad all of a sudden.
I saw a coyote in my new neighborhood.
Oh.
Just walking down the street, middle of the
Welcome to
night.
the suburbs, baby.
And it was cool because my neighbor's cat, this cat is a badass, dude. 2 coyotes walking right down the street. I'd heard them. Maybe that's what I thought the horned owls were, but they were coyotes. Walking down the street, middle of the night, because I was like, that looks like a dog. And I looked out there and go, oh, that's just 2 coyotes just chilling, walking down the middle of the street in this neighborhood. And then I saw my neighbor's cat behind, like he was in my yard, scoping him, and he started following him. And I go, the cat's a badass, dude. He's like, what's up in my neighborhood? You think you're going to come in here, get in my trash cans, dude? Oh, because you're 2 coyotes? I don't give a damn. This little orange and white cat started like creeping on him, following him. They didn't even know he was there. And I'm like, you guys are being stalked right now by this little psycho cat that's you clearly could kill.
I
Very
love
National
watching
Geographic.
a cat stalk something. Because
Yeah,
they'll
the-
walk
the cat was
slow.
Oh, I know. They're
Yeah.
so quiet.
Concerned with them at all. He was just like, "Pfft, I'll go up a tree.
Because we got that dumb orange cat in our neighborhood.
Dumb. Orange ones are smarter.
They are very smart.
I mean, it wasn't smart to be in my garage on the top of my car.
oh, yes, it was.
Yeah, it
maybe
was.
it was.
Get outta here.
They're showing you dominance.
Get out of here. Get off my car.
I'd love
You
to be in
little-
that
That,
car.
But I'll
cat, that cat bet all his cat friends he could be talked about on the radio.
Ah, damn it. Outsmarted again.
Won a bunch of money.
But I'll watch it like
Creep.
creep, like if we're walking down the street. And just slow, and you turn around and look at it, it stops.
It's so cute to watch cats, too, because wherever their front paws go, their back paws go. So wherever they press their little paw down,
know that-
they know that it's safe to put their little other back
Okay,
paw
listen,
there.
we're all pet owners.
Yes.
Okay. If you were to add up all the expenses,
Don't do it. I don't want to do that.
I got the numbers.
I was thinking about it yesterday. 'cause
I got the
Lord.
numbers.
I was like, I got the dog pill reminder on my phone. I go, oh man, I got to order those things again, and they keep. It's like $500.
Right, I got a dog with allergies, and we got to spend $200 on medication every month.
Yeah.
$200.
That's
Yeah.
absurd.
Youch.
$200.
Oh, your dog had allergies?
Well,
Can you-
she keeps
you-
chewing on her paw.
Oh, that thing.
Could you buy that
Yeah, it
outside of
sucks.
the vet? Maybe cheaper?
I don't know, Scott.
I would look into that.
You guys are reminding me to get Willow's Prozac,
But-
so thanks for
So
that.
owning a pet is it's not cheap, and depends on how long your pet lasts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, Rafe's got a 20-year-old dog.
Yeah.
Learns a cycle with her cat, so
I
she
am.
buys everything.
They get whatever they want.
How much you think having a pet over their lifetime will cost you?
Oh, gosh.
I got the number.
This is
I got annually, and I got overall. So a typical 12-year lifespan.
12 years. I'm gonna say 25.
Wrong.
I'm gonna say $70,000.
Wrong. Well, less. You're talking about 50 grand.
Oh.
So a new study came out that says on average we spend about $4,272 a year on one pet. Stretch that over a typical 12-year lifespan, and we're looking at more than $50,000 for one dog or cat.
Wow.
And that's before anything goes wrong. And it doesn't help that vet costs have jumped 43% in the past 5 years. It's gotten so bad that 37% of pet owners are in debt because of their animals.
Jeez.
Yeah, the vet stuff is crazy. I do appreciate vets though. Like a good vet
course.
is
Vets
so
are awesome, but it's just a bummer they're all owned by one company basically now. Even if they look like mom and pop, it's the same company across the country.
What you talking about?
So they can jack the prices up. They've been buying up all these vet clinics.
Nah,
It's like,
we go to a family place.
I mean, there's a few of them, but
So you think?
if the website's really nice,
They did move into this brand new freaking huge building.
yeah. If they have a great website, Be
you
careful.
need to do. You know what you need to do? You need to pull off their mask next time you're
I
there.
need
And
a
go,
vet-
I know who you really
I
are.
need a vet with a bad website.
Karina!
lizards.
Hey, don't you besmirch St. Louis company.
not.
We only
I love
have
them.
a couple of them.
I love that.
Try not
That's
to get
crazy,
them to
though.
leave too.
$50,000?
$50,000.
I mean, that makes sense for me. I mean, I'm just sitting here kind of like vaguely calculating, and
I
it is a
guarantee it.
lot of money. I mean,
So-
over the last 10 years.
You know, which is crazy because I had a dog as a kid, and I bet you my parents spent $400 total.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
I
going
mean-
to say, our parents did it right, I
on
think,
it.
in the 80s.
You know what I mean? Like
I know.
They,
I
were
talk
there
just
was no
about
flea
that.
meds.
they were dogs.
Right.
They lived outside
I
because
know.
they're dogs.
I mean, I talk about that in my act. I was like, my childhood dog never went to a vet once, not his
No.
whole life. My dad never would have paid for it. I'm like, he had every worm you could have. He had earthworms. He had all of them. But he lived 18 years. And we gave him we'd go to the feed store and give him flea and tick and all that stuff. But
So
he never went and got he never got dental work done.
No.
I'll tell you that.
I
And
remember.
I paid $12,000 in dental work for the
yeah, me too. Like
For Bo
Cat the
pulling
dog
his rotten
had to have a
teeth.
had to have a tooth pulled.
I remember my dad was like, "Hey, Lindsay, which was our childhood dog, he's a big dog too. He goes, hey, there's something hanging out of Lindsay's backside out there. You better go figure it out." And I had to go pull it out.
Was it a sock?
No, it was like a giant paper towel or something. Like must have had chocolate on it, so she just ate the whole thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
No.
My
And
dog
he's
got
like,
hit by a car,
You
dude.
need to go get it out of there.
My dog got hit by a car, and it literally took him 6 months, but he walked it off. I'm like, that's- salute.
Took him 6 months.
So I mean, I got all the expenses for food and treats. Dogs between $1,200 and $2,500 a year. Cats $600 and $1,200. Routine vet care between $700 and $1,500 for dogs. $400 and $900 for cats. Grooming, cats $0 to $300. $600 to $1,200 for dogs. Supplies and toys $300 to $600 for dogs. $200 to $500 for cats. And then boarding and walking, $1,000 to $3,000 plus for dogs, and $100 to $500 for cats.
Ugh.
And the numbers are those are just for the basics. The real debt trap happens when things go sideways. You know, veterinary medicine has become incredibly advanced, which is great for your pet's health, but tough on our credit cards.
Yeah.
Like treatment for foreign body ingestion. So like if your dog swallows a sock. That's up 45% in cost recently. If your pet develops a chronic illness, 25% of owners end up spending between $5,000 and $10,000 a year just to manage it. And only about 27% of owners have insurance. Without it, 38% of people say they'd have to put a major vet bill on a high-interest credit card.
Well, 314 texted on the Schreier text line. Pet insurance is a must. $200 to $500 a year covers everything. Trial
know.
medication done. Have to go to Mizzou for a specialty surgery paid for. Has saved me around $10K in only 3 years.
But how much is it?
About up to $500 a month, or I'm sorry, up to $500 a year.
Oh, that's not bad.
I feel like that's not
That's not
always
bad.
true, though. I
That's
also,
right at the gamble.
I had pet insurance on both dogs and paid for a plan at Banfield, and there was still all kind. There was it covered some stuff, but not everything. So it's when they had to have dental work done, you still had to pay. So it's and maybe I didn't have a good plan. I don't know, but it's I had pet insurance, and I was like, what am I paying for? Well, this is for checkups and this, and if they. needed emergency surgery, it would cover that up to this amount. And it was just like,
I'd like to see what it doesn't cover.
yeah,
Show me what it doesn't cover.
Me too.
I may
'cause
ask
find
my
out
vet
in real
about
time.
it. I'm going to take Clover in here in the next month, and I'm going to ask him about that because Willow's Prozac that we have to put in his ear because he has anxiety problems is a freaking nightmare. I know. It's
Tell
$40.
Rafe's dad that your dog's on
Could you imagine?
cat Prozac.
That's why I've taught. It's
it
part
is
of the bit, but it's
sad.
like, could you imagine? I couldn't imagine being like going outside to Black Tack, who like would run through fields and come back with a rabbit or a bird in his mouth and be like, "Look what I got! Let's smoke some cigarettes." And being like, "Hold on, you got to have your Prozac, buddy." Like you're
know.
getting worked up.
Willow just wants to live outside, and that would probably be. I mean, but I can't.
When you say it out loud,
Yeah,
my cat's on Prozac.
I know.
It's very funny.
it is funny, and very sad, and very expensive.
And very expensive.
And I'm in hell. Thanks.
All right, so now we have the cost of having one pet, $50,000 over the lifetime. Here's another sticker shock thing.
Here's a little before you move on.
Yes.
Pet insurance typically does not cover pre-existing conditions. So if you have like a dog that has like seizures or anything like that, illnesses or injuries occurring before coverage starts or during waiting periods, other common exclusions include preventative care, vaccines, flea prevention, grooming, boarding, elective procedure, tail docking, breeding-related costs, and often dental diseases.
Tail docking, what is that?
That's where you take your tail off.
Bob in the tail.
You have a little bunion.
Oh.
So you're still paying for all of the regular stuff. Pre-existing conditions, so if you have a dog that has some sort of stomach issues or I would imagine anxiety, like you're probably paying out of pocket for that.
Yeah.
And dental diseases not caused by accidents, meaning like, because I had to pay because they're like, oh, this is just old age and periodontal disease. Like,
And that's not covered?
No.
Oh.
And you pay for the anesthesia, which is what really, man, they get you on that.
Somebody else says, had a pup with epilepsy. Pet insurance helped it with his meds significantly.
Really?
Yeah. So it sounds like you just had the wrong plan.
Man. And this is just, John Googled pet insurance generally. So.
All right, well, maybe something to look
see.
into.
I'm gonna look into it.
How did you go from our dogs were fine and didn't do anything and they were outside dogs to I'm considering pet insurance? I guess that's a big jump, guys.
Because they're family at this point.
Well, they were always family, but
I know,
they're
but not the
still-
same. The 80s was different. Like I remember my first Labrador.
I'm still there.
I mean, all I wanted as a child, Dad, can we bring Molly in? Like, come on, man, she's having these puppies. My dad was like, absolutely not. They're all outdoor dogs.
Maybe we're more empathetic, or maybe it's just everything's got to be a thing.
Yeah.
But that's exactly
I think
right.
we're
Capitalize
great
on it.
advertisements.
No, just we make everything a thing.
Yeah, don't judge me. I'm still in the 80s. I love my dogs because they are family. If something happens and it's going to cost too much than I can afford, I'll see you later. I'll make it good.
It's just
What?
change.
What you mean?
You'll
what?
see. Are you saying you would put your dog down and not pay for the surgery?
Well, I'd let the dog put itself down. I'd let nature happen. You know what I'm saying?
Your
Yeah, to let
kids
'em
wouldn't
go.
let that happen, nor
Let
would your
'em go.
wife. I bet.
I'll
you
hold
can't
you.
do
I
that
love
anymore.
you. What you mean?
It's just changed. We've changed our pets. You know, that's the whole bit that I do about my dog is like my outside dog slept in a plywood box in a lightning storm. And if you looked out the window, you could see him smoking a Pall Mall non-filter, waiting for it to blow over. And now I got to give both of my inside dogs prescription anti-anxiety medicine every 4th of July. That's where we're at.
Yeah. dude.
That is the chasm of 20 years of like we've humanized. We wanted to bring dogs inside to make them comfort animals
Exactly.
for us.
Uh-huh.
So now that's where they are.
And you know what they're doing now to us? They're putting us in the poorhouse.
My
That's
dog-
because we humanize them and we put all our problems onto them. So now, you know, that's
My
why
dogs are living in luxury, dude. I tell them all the time. I
Service
was like,
dogs
isn't
are
this
like-
great? You were in a crate for a while. I rescued your ass, and now you're in the bed. Like,
Yeah, now you're sleeping at my feet.
Now you've got
So
your own
great.
blankets in every room. I mean, everything. Life is great. I have created an absolute luxury. These people are living on the greatest scenario that they could be. If something happens and a vet says, "Well, we might be able to save her for $10,000," I'll say, "Well, give her back to me."
And look at service dogs, dude. Every flight, you think those dogs like flying? Hell no. I've never been in line. There's always like a little dog in a basket, like, oh God, it's about to happen again, you know. But it's like it's comforting the owner. My dog would have been if I took Black Tack on a flight afterwards, he'd have been like, "Hey man, how about we never do that again? I'm cool. I like the creek by the house.
Yeah. I'm all right outside.
That was weird. My ears popped. It hurt a lot. I'm fine. I'm not crying. But how about next time you just you go to the Grand Canyon alone? I'm good to go. Like. But that's just what we've done to animals. Like
because everything's now got to be a thing.
They're our companions now, so now we have to. It has to change. Now you have to treat them. I mean,
it is
the fact
family.
that you're talking about pet insurance when almost 10% of humans in this nation don't have health insurance is crazy.
That's crazy, dude.
But that's where we're at.
And the dogs are family members, but they're not my children. They're dogs.
Yeah.
So maybe this is one of those things where we should start doing
Dogs
our
won't disappoint you.
dogs' dental care down in Mexico or something. You just fly them down there. They have the ear issue with the plane, but then you get the cheap dental care and you come back.
Yeah, my dogs have Turkish hair plugs.
Yes.
And YouTube channels.
Yeah. All right, listen. So we got pets.
My Bo's on Viagra. I just take him out and I'm like, get out there, buddy. Hump that fire hydrant.
All right, so we got pets costing us $50,000 over their lifetime. Here's another kind of interesting stat I read over the weekend. How much is the average automobile now?
Oh man,
How much is the
50,000
average automobile?
as well.
Average, I'll say 30. I'll say 30,000.
I'm gonna say 45.
45. We got a 30. We got a 40. 35.
30,000.
35, 30, 40, 40, 50, 50, 50, 50, 45, 45. Yes, new car.
I say it's close to the same amount you spend on your pet. I bet you're spending about the average price of a new SUV on your pet over a lifetime. I will say $51K.
$51K.
Give me 35 grand.
And Rafe Williams, congratulations. You are the closest.
55,000?
50. The average price of a new car is $50,000.
Wow.
That is up 30% in the last 6 years. So if you're looking at a budget ride, like you're looking for like a budget ride, good luck. 5 years ago, 40% of new cars were listed for under $30,000. Today, that number is just 13%.
Golly.
And here's the thing, because automakers are ditching the smaller, more affordable sedans because they make way more profit on SUVs. Way more profit on SUVs and trucks. And it's not just the price tag on the window. It's a monthly drain on your bank account, too. So the average new car payment is $775 a month.
Dang.
$775 a month average for a new car.
Average. I have never had a $700 car.
And that
note
figures
in my
you put already 10% down.
Yep.
Yeah.
And people are now signing 7-year loans just to make the monthly math work.
My goodness.
You used to be able to get, and granted this was probably 25 years ago, but you get like a new Chevy Cavalier for under $10K.
Yep.
You get a Dodge Neon for like $8,000, brand new, no miles. Now it wasn't gonna have any bells and whistles, but it was a new car.
Back in 2003,
my mom bought a Kia, whatever the little sedan was, Kia Rio or something like that.
Forte?
It was a Forte. It was a Forte.
Oh,
and that was like right when Kia came out. She got a Kia Forte for like
the Fortes are everywhere.
$8,000.
Drove it until they paid it off. Gave it to my younger brother. He drove it all through high school and college. And it's like, you can't even, the cheapest new car, I just looked it up. What do you think the cheapest, bottom of the barrel new car costs?
21.
Give me 20. Even, or 18.
Hyundai Venue runs anywhere from $20,500 to $22,150, depending
on the money, baby.
The package.
Only new car I've
Nissan Versa, you can get in for $19,000 if you take a bare bones package.
Yeah.
No wheels.
The only thing I've ever bought new was a brand new Corolla, and it was $21,000, and it was 0% financing. So
the first car that Amelia and I ever bought together was a 2003 Toyota Matrix. It was $14,000.
Dang.
New? 2003 brand new Toyota Matrix base, and it had just AM/FM radio.
Yeah.
It was red. It was a little compact car. It was the first car we ever bought. It was $14,000. I think all in $15,000. I think we had the undercoat. Who knows? But
what's an undercoat?
I don't know.
That's
probably upsold us on something.
Pet insurance.
Oh, you want the undercoating?
You better get the undercoating. Protect the undercoat.
Babe, I think we need the undercoating.
What do you mean?
I am surprised there's not been a car company. Everyone's going to smart cars and all this kind of stuff. I'm surprised someone hasn't come up with like the dumb car where it's the bare bones, just everything's safe enough to drive, but nothing in it, and then it costs like $10,000 to sell them and beat out the big guys.
You want to know what would get me, dude? Bring back a bench seat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a bench seat on something new, dude. Make a new car look old, and I'm all in. You'll get all my money.
Haven't you seen that truck, the Scout?
Huh?
Dude, they're making retro. There's a new
already
company.
With a front bench seat?
Their whole thing is retro style.
Let's go.
Modern tech.
Front row bench
What?
seat?
Brother, it is the coolest. I'm getting they're Instagram ads for me, of course, because I'm in the algorithm of like I like old box body trucks.
Me
but
too.
It's like a Scout.
I almost bought a Sierra.
Well,
I
again,
had to
I can't believe you haven't been
I
pitched
had to
this.
make someone stop me.
so let me just again, the average price for a car is $50,000. Why? Why is this happening? Because domestic brands like Ford and GM and Jeep have leaned hard into trucks and SUVs because that's where the money is. Also, federal rules now require things like backup cameras and must-have features like, blind spot monitoring and emergency braking. Those add thousands of dollars to the price of the car. And in 2020, half of new car buyers made less than $100,000 a year. Now the group only makes up 37% of buyers. Basically, new cars are becoming a rich person game.
It always was, though, or was supposed to be.
Well, they
My
always say
friend's a
rich people
mechanic,
don't
and
buy
that's what he's never had a new car. And he makes good money. And he's like, cars are a luxury item that we got convinced that the commercials convinced us were a necessity.
I have the average
cars.
I have the average used car price too. That's $25,000.
So half.
The average used car is $25,000. The average used car payment is $560 a month. Oh, that's a new Scout?
That
No.
is sweet. How much? That's got to be like $100,000.
Scout's now making like electric cars and some other
Like
things.
60,000 early entry.
But this thing is called vintage modern, fully modernized
pimp.
classics with safety features that ain't gonna get you killed. Look
That's
at that,
cool.
dude.
Starts at
I mean, that's
60,000.
sweet. I would
60
love to
grand?
drive that. If it has a bench seat, I'm all in.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty sick, dude. And it's got like a digital dash.
And what brand is that?
I think it's
Scout.
called vintage modern.
The brand is vintage?
Is it electric?
No, these aren't. I think this is. They're tapping into the us's with money.
Oh. Well,
They've
good luck out there.
they've
I
priced
might
us.
get mine.
Like, look at this.
No bench seat.
Like they've
No
priced
bench,
us
I'm
right
out.
out, but somebody's buying this.
Mark
Looks like an
Wahlberg.
old school Bronco.
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
LeBron James.
cool.
Oh, Kevin Hart.
They're just like us.
We don't have that
Yeah.
money.
I got LeBron James money.
So again, the us's with money. But
Somebody put a bench seat in like a Tacoma or something.
all I'm saying
like
is
something I can afford.
it exists.
Tim went out to Rivian since we were in Bloomington, and he
man.
went and did like a little tour of the Rivian company.
Rivian plant.
Yeah, the Rivian plant. And they're making all of Amazon's electric vehicles.
Yeah,
they have to.
Dang.
Yeah.
They
but
have to because they were selling them for less than they were making them, and they had to figure out somebody. They had to make a deal with somebody to fund the rest of that company.
It's cool, though. He really enjoyed seeing how everything was made.
Hey, you
There's
know
a
what's
Rivian in our parking garage, and it's pimp. It's like an emerald green.
Yeah,
Those
the Amazon
things
trucks, the electric Amazon trucks.
Those things are amazing.
Hey, it's morel season. You guys know that?
Yay.
I know, dude.
yes.
Everybody was talking about it at the volleyball games. I was out and at the soccer games at the high school last weekend. Everybody, the cops, the coaches are all like, "Oh, did you find any morels? Oh, so and so
No.
over here."
Don't be hunting for mushrooms.
Yes.
Dude,
Jerry's doing it
It
already.
must be a thing out in my scene because everyone was talking about
You
it.
mean Missouri Gold? Is what
I
they
got him
call
a
it, Missouri
mushroom
Gold.
knife for his birthday or for
You
Father's
got him
Day.
a mushroom knife.
Yeah, mushroom knife, and he was using it. And honestly, if you've never had a morel fried up and had a little ketchup with it, you are missing out.
Oh, I got somebody missing out. I'm not.
I'm gonna have him bring some in.
No.
And fry him up for
I
you.
don't do mushrooms. Don't do mushrooms. Also, I don't do freshly foraged mushrooms either.
Well, you're missing out. They're so
I don't
good.
want to die.
You're not gonna die. They're very specific. You're fine.
And you're fine.
know
'cause
the
you were doing
false
your thing
morel?
today.
You've heard of the false morel?
Yes.
The vomiter.
So what?
Yeah.
What do you, so what?
You got to puke a little to have fun, you know?
It's true.
So morel
expert.
season is late March through early May, so we're in it. Peaking right around the time the lilacs start blooming now. The morels love warm, moist weather like King Scott. Specifically days in the 70s, nights in the 50s. So you'll find them, hanging out near dead or dying elm trees, ash, cottonwood, and old apple orchards. Early in the season, check south and west-facing slopes. They warm up faster. Later on, head for the north and east sides of trees. Areas that have recently dealt with flooding or logging or even fires are often hotspots for morels. Now, of course, the dangers, guys. Before you go tossing anything into a frying pan, Jerry, we got to talk about the false morel. This is where mushroom hunting gets serious. Eating the wrong shroom isn't just a stomach ache. It can be fatal. Your true morel is completely hollow from the tip of the cap to the bottom of the stem. If you slice it open and it's solid or fibrous inside, no good. No good.
Okay.
That's a nice tip.
On a real morel, the cap is actually attached to the stem at the base. False morels have a brain-like cap, bless you, that kind of hangs over the stem like an umbrella. And real morels have deep honeycomb-like pits. False morels look more like wrinkled, wavy lobes. Why? Why risk it?
I've been eating them for my entire life, almost. Never had a problem.
Look at you.
I work here. Look at me. Take good
You
luck.
could have been 5 inches taller.
I know. That was the coffee at Imogene's beauty shop and all the smokes I
Not
was
the false
smoking.
morels?
Yeah.
You could have been taller. The false morel mushroom doesn't actually look like a morel mushroom, just similar. Okay, well, similar.
Look them up. Do we have a visual?
All I know is
Of a false morel?
Yes, I need to see a side by
Show me-
side. Show me a
Moon.
side by side. I will tell you which one is the right one.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I will
be
not
fun.
look
All right.
until
Let's see.
let's see if I die or not.
This is a great idea for an app, by the way. Which mushroom is safe? Which one isn't?
They have an app out there for this.
Oh,
Well,
no,
now,
You
like
can
a
see
game.
what
You
a
play the
plant
game.
is.
now with AI,
Yeah,
you
the
could just
false-
take a picture and
What is that? I'm not
what
gonna.
is this?
Well, I'm not gonna
yeah, but a
trust that.
fun game just so you learn by sight.
Oh, okay. So you wouldn't trust AI to tell you?
No, I want a plant app that was developed by people that actually know what the hell they're talking about instead of a machine.
What?
That's right. I said what I said.
I'll tell you what, though. I went 35
That
years.
doesn't make any sense.
I went 35 years of this life.
Has a computer ever eaten a mushroom? No, it has not. Has it ever pooped its brains out because it ate a fake morel?
But it's all
no, it
gets,
has not.
AI gets its information from the internet.
And
Okay.
there's a bunch of
internet
D-bags
is
out
all
there.
good.
Correct.
I
for
went
one.
35 or 40 years of this life,
that is
never
the
hearing
right
about
one, and
morels.
that is the bad
That
one.
looks right too. That looks like that looks like a mangled.
that
like-
looks insane.
Looks like the show The Last of Us.
This is how they look.
And that looks-
You fool! You need to eat one. They're
I'm not
so
eating
delicious.
If I showed you those side by side, like which one do you think you should eat? You would
None of
pick
them.
the
I
one
would
on the
say
right,
none of them.
100%.
I'll take
of
the
time.
brain.
I would
What
say
is
none of
that?
them. They both look like if I eat it, I'm going to die.
I'll take the one that looks like it has syphilis.
You are
versus-
missing out so hard on how delicious those fried mushrooms
They
are.
really are.
Let's do it.
I still feel like
I'm
I'm,
not even a
being
mushroom
had,
guy.
though.
They don't even taste like mushrooms, dude. They taste like like the greasy, just crispy, delectable.
Crispy.
Is this something that people actually did, though, in the 80s and the 90s and, like, talked about
Yeah.
like we do now?
Since the
Hillbillies
90s,
did.
I've
Mushroom
been eating
hunting?
them.
I'm saying I went 35 or 40 years never hearing about this ever. And then, like, now
You
I'm
just
being,
never
I'm being-
hung in the cool circles.
I guess I'm being convinced that I'm the only one that, like, somehow avoided this and everybody knows what this
Well,
is.
I didn't know until my stepdad got in my life. Go ahead, Scott.
The Shelbina crew. I mean, like Uncle Charlie and all of them have hunted it.
Whom I've known my whole
Yeah.
life.
They knew that you were a mushroom boy,
I
dude.
still feel like I'm being.
You know what? I have a
Mushroom
feeling
still feel like I'm being.
they just
had.
didn't want you around when they were hunting them up.
It's a weird
There was
planet.
some
Don't tell
morel
them.
People get
season.
greedy about it too. Like
that it?
People get greedy. Like down
They
at
used
deer
to call
camp.
us the city boys, so maybe they just left us
Oh
out
yeah,
on
they wouldn't
purpose.
want you to have it. Deer camp down in Chester, Illinois, where Jerry will find all his morels. You had to be there when they arrived back because they would eat all of them and not tell you about anything.
They're
Oh,
that
so-
good.
They're that good.
So we're like letting out like the country boy secret that y'all don't want out there.
oh, for sure. They don't want city people.
I'm telling
like a fishing hole.
everybody.
okay.
If somebody's got a honey
Get out
spot,
there and
If they
Now
got
you
a,
want people to find them. Okay.
if they got a morel honey spot, they don't want you to know about it. In fact, some hillbillies I know in Southern Illinois will get into physical
They
altercations. over it.
will.
Wow. Okay.
It's freaking
I've
Southern
been getting
Illinois
these
gold,
morels
dude.
from the bottom of this oak tree for the last 20 years, Lyle.
Well, I mean, if you look here, they
You don't own this tree. It's my property.
these are identified areas in Southern Illinois.
See that?
In Central Illinois where they've been.
It's a season in Southern Illinois.
It is.
Like my dad's friends would come over with like Ziploc bags. Be like, looky what I found. And they would put the little fryer, the fish fryer out in the yard and fry them up. And they were
Stephen
good,
says
man.
they go for over $40 a pound.
Oh, they're good.
Jeez.
They're so
They
good.
are gold.
That's what I'm saying. These people at the soccer game, they were like laughing at people. They're like, "Oh, I've seen them in the supermarket, and people are paying
No.
$12 for these. What stupid
No.
idiots!"
Let's
No.
go today.
I'm not eating foraged mushrooms.
I hate that you're stuck in this.
I would love
You
one.
need to live.
I
both
would
of
love
you.
one.
I do want to live.
Okay.
That's why I'm not eating them.
I'm going to text Jerry right now.
So how do you cook them? Because I'm
You
looking
deep
at
fry
pictures
'em.
of.
I would trust Jerry's and Morel's.
I'm looking at pictures of deep fry, but is that the only way to do it?
Jerry,
It's the
I
only way
trust
that
you
I've
with
had
my
it.
life, brother.
Really, I can't just put it up in the skillet and just like. Shh.
I mean,
That's a Chester man.
you could, but it's not going to be as great probably. There is something to be said about how crispy and just fried up they are.
You got to fry them, dude.
Deep fry them.
You got to
Deep
deep
fry
fry them. Just calm down. We'll handle
To be
this.
honest, I'm kind of against anything that I have to deep fry
You wouldn't trust
to eat.
her stepdad, Jerry, who grew up on the river in Chester, the home of
Oh, he's a
Popeye.
river man?
He's a river boy.
A Southern Illinois river rat who's made good in his life.
I'm just saying you could deep fry a river rat and it would
I
taste
wouldn't
good.
even.
It'd probably be
I
great.
wouldn't even think twice. I'd be like, Jerry, feed me like a Roman emperor.
What?
Oh, the grapes?
Yeah, he's just dropping
He
fried
would.
morels, and he's like, "This boy knows little horseradish. Let's go."
Okay, well, good luck, everybody.
Why
Yeah,
is
be
my
careful
stomach
out
Don't
there.
die,
so
don't
bad?
get sick.
Be careful.
Okay,
out there.
honestly, the false morels versus the true ones, we're looking at the side-by-side picture. The false one, they both look disgusting, I'll be honest with you.
No, this looks pretty cool. I mean, this is a cool looking.
It looks like an alien. I would never, who would say, I'm going to
looks
eat
so
this?
neat.
I had the same thought when I was 11. I go, I'm not going to eat this. And then Jerry's like, no, you're just try it. Shut up and just try it. And then I did. And
Yeah.
I looked forward to it every time it was morel season.
Oh, I'm intrigued. I'm interested. Oh, speaking of, you know
Floyd
what that looks
says,
like?
I've seen a 7-year-old man hiding like a sniper so we wouldn't see him in his mushroom hunting spot.
It's probably Jerry.
That's how you get. That's how you get shot, man. Don't be hiding in the woods.
That's true. I mean, I literally, there's been physical altercations happen on properties.
Well, at
or on
$12 a
public
pound.
land.
What kind of bullet do you need to hunt these?
Were we going to say, Moon?
No, I was going to say like it does look like some sort of alien
Yeah.
food, which reminded me. I saw Predator Badlands on the,
it's
the
good, right?
airplane. Dude, great movie.
I
Well, legit.
told you,
Movie.
man. We both saw that.
It was great, and half of the stuff that was like on this planet, plant-wise, I was like, oh, that looks tasty. Like I was starving on this airplane, but I was looking at some of the
Yeah,
things,
it's a cool
thinking,
movie.
oh, I want to try that. So I'm down if anybody has a morel
And that
mushroom
was,
for me to try.
who was the robot? One of the Fannings?
Elle Fanning.
Oh.
Was it not Elle? Was it Elle Fanning?
Yes, it's the younger sister.
Yeah.
Dakota's the other one, right?
Yeah. Dakota's in Twilight. Elle is in this.
Elle. Yeah, she was great.
She was great. That movie was cool as heck. I also saw Marty Supreme.
Oh, was that
Oh,
good?
was that
That's
good?
the ping pong.
I thought it was great. I actually, the whole time I was like, oh, I blew it. I should have waited for my wife to watch this because she would have liked it too. It's an A24 film. I didn't know that. And I'm
Yeah.
a total nerd for those.
Now you are.
And it was good, dude. Super worth the watch. I thought it was well
I
performed.
wonder where it's streaming.
It's not. It was one of those like, hey, you're on United. You want to see a new release?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
I
look at
was
me
watching
fancy.
New releases.
New release.
I mean, Badlands isn't out either. I don't think.
Hey, speaking of aliens, the Artemis 2 mission crew successfully re-entered Earth's atmosphere, splashed down to the Pacific off the coast of San Diego and California on Friday. You guys all see it? Mm-hmm. You guys watched the splashdown?
No,
Heard about it.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't see it. No.
no. I mean, yeah, I read the article, but
Oh, here's what it sounded like.
Splashdown, sending post-landing command now.
Splashdown confirmed.
Copy splashdown. Waiting on VLDR.
From the pages of Jules Verne to a modern-day mission to the moon, a new chapter of the exploration of our celestial neighbor is complete. Integrity's astronauts back on Earth.
I gotta say that.
Why do we have to?
Why do we have to do? Why do we
You're
have to?
trying
Why do we
too
have to do
hard.
that?
You're trying too hard.
Yeah, I think that one was a swing and a miss. That one.
I liked it. Can we hear it again?
We don't.
Was that 101 ESPN? Was that?
I mean, we all got to have our one small step for man situation now.
Everybody's trying.
Everybody's
to,
trying to
get
top
there.
that. You can't.
I thought Anthony Salter sounded good there.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't top that. So NASA's Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Canadian Space Agency astronaut Jeremy Hansen all made it back safely. 9-day lunar flyby mission that launched on April 1st. The crew traveled further than any humans from Earth, flying around the moon and then returning. A critical step before a planned landing on the moon in 27 or 28. Mm-hmm. All 4 crew members then traveled back to the Johnson Space Center in Houston, where they were officially welcomed back. I heard they were having some problems walking because they were in space so long.
I thought they're in water.
Yeah.
You can't laugh at your own joke, man.
Yes, you can.
You gotta wait.
Don't go by his rules.
You gotta wait.
What if they did walk on water after they came back? That would really screw some things up, wouldn't it?
Well, they all had. I saw a bunch. It was their speeches were lovely.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, in a world that sucks to be on your phone, it was very nice to have something where I was like, oh, these are the best of us. They really are the best of us.
Here's the commander, Reed Wiseman. He shared an emotional message to America.
What you saw was a group of people who loved contributing, having meaningful contribution, and extracting joy out of that. And what we've been hearing is that was something special for you to witness. And the reason I had them form up here with me is because I would suggest to you that when you look up here, you're not looking at us. We are a mirror reflecting you. And if you like what you see, then just look a little deeper. This is you.
What?
We are them, and they are us.
They are us.
I did lose him a little bit.
I lost him a little bit.
He lost me.
It's my attention span. I have none.
Well, that's it. I started watching something else. And
Yeah, see?
I was like, well, what happened?
See?
I think that they're all having the same. There was a guy I interviewed one time named Frank White, and he wrote a book called The Overview Effect. I've talked about it on here. There's a really cool, 20-minute documentary on it.
Was the Royals first baseman?
Was not. He also was not the drug kingpin of New York. It's a different Frank White. But he talked about whether it's cosmonaut, Japanese astronaut, American astronaut, they all have the same experience when they go to space, which is what these guys had, which is what he was talking about, is like when you look back at the Earth, it was an unintended consequence of space travel called Earth gazing, where when you see the Earth in totality hanging in the space, that they have like a semi-religious experience.
Yeah,
where
I've heard that before.
They don't see themselves as like citizens of Japan or citizens of the United States. They see themselves as citizens of
Earth.
And that it's a very like we really are out here together, alone, in the middle of nowhere, and we all are in this thing together, and like this is our only home. And they have like a very spiritual experience.
Yeah, I can see
and
that.
they all came back and talked about
Well, that
it.
one dude's-
There's like different clips of all of them talking, and it's all the same.
Yeah, life-changing.
That one dude's speech during the flight was one of the best speeches in the last 60 or 70 years, period.
Or the commander or the guy that they named the crater after his wife?
I don't know. The guy that started with, hey, I don't have anything planned here, but then he just kind of started riffing, and he said something about, he's like, hey, man, we're in a spaceship right now, but like I realize that Earth is a spaceship, and we're all in it together, and we are flying through this emptiness, this chasm of space, and y'all are on a spaceship and start acting like
We are heading to the moon either next year or the year after, so I think that's pretty cool.
It is cool.
Pretty cool. I know. And if you have a chance, watch the splashdown. It was pretty neat to watch. All right, listen, we got to take a break, but first... All right, Teamers Remember the Day is brought to us by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. Score their famous tacos for only $1 each after the Cards score 8 or more runs all season long at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Get the details at hotshotsnet.com. From St. Louis, Ronnie Broadwater is out.
Yes.
Oh, Ronnie Broadwater. Ronnie's been a fan of the show since day one, watches old episodes on the YouTube channel. Ronnie says, I enjoy the first hour of the show. I love the questions Rizz asks and everyone answers and opinions. Love the games, password, match up with Moon. I'm just a big fan of that. I'm just a big fan that probably listens too much if you ask my wife. Well, that's fine.
You can't listen too much.
Ronnie works at Stain St. Louis, where they do custom staining and finishing. He's just a 41-year-old cat giving life its best for his wife and 2 kids. Ronnie Broadwater from St. Louis is our Teamers Remember the Day. Get super sweet Teamers Remember the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Teamers. Learn, what do you got?
Well, we have a Coachella recap. The Rock Hall inductees get announced later tonight. It's Rehab Bitch and movie roles that had to be replaced.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. All that and more next in your Crab on Celebrity. Stay there. All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Schreier Air text line, 314-649-DUMB. The Bud Light Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizzShow 1057thepoint.com. Sex Time Fun Facts coming up. We're going to talk to a certified sex therapist. Her name is Amanda Samuels, and she is an expert in polyamory and ED and premature getting to the finish line. So, fellas, if you got any questions, this is the lady to ask. So we'll talk to her probably in about a half hour. Just some stories I saw over the weekend that kind of got me. Imagine you checking your bank account and seeing an extra 20 grand sitting in there. And that's exactly what happened to some woman in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Her name is Renee Coleman, 50-year-old woman. She was working for, what is that sound?
That was Scott coming in to get a piece of paper for me. I'm sorry.
Oh, we need a little WD-40 on that door.
Yeah, you can hear it.
So this woman in Arkansas, she was working for a company called Superior Senior Care. It's an in-home care company. Her normal rate's $16.50 an hour, and there was a payroll glitch. So the system accidentally paid her $1,650 per hour. So she worked a 12-hour shift at $1,650 per hour. So an extra 20 grand goes into her bank account. So when the dust settled, it was actually $19,388. So naturally, the company caught the mistake, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna need that money back." You know what Renee said?
What?
I already spent it.
Whoops.
So what happens? What happens here? What happens here?
Well, looks like she works for free for a
So
while.
the company makes a mistake. Instead of $16.50 an hour, they paid her $1,650 an hour. They didn't find out until I don't know how much time passed. You know they're going to catch it eventually. So they can we have our money back? They go, I already spent it. I used the money to fix my husband's truck.
Gee whiz, what was wrong with it?
He had a.
He didn't have one.
Yeah. Oh, it didn't exist.
I used the money to fix my husband's not having a truck
I
problem.
made it visible.
He went outside and he didn't have one, which was a problem, and now he does. I fixed it.
She says she didn't notice. She didn't notice the money was in there.
Okay, I can believe that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So the company wound up calling the cops, and a detective reaches out. And while she originally agreed to come in to chat about the missing funds, she no-showed. She no-showed to the police station. Warrant was issued. She was picked up last week. She's now facing a Class C felony theft charge. While she told officers her arrest was, after her arrest, that she was, she tried to do like a repayment plan. The company had already moved forward and, with the police and stuff like that.
More people need to listen to the show. You know why? Because honestly, the very first story that we ever had where like somebody went to their ATM and it had some crazy amount in there. Remember, I was all like, "It's yours, dude."
Nope.
They goofed, and that's on them. They'll have to pay for their goof. But it turns out, story after story.
It turns out
after
monopoly's
story,
not real, where it's not bank error in your favor.
Exactly. Story
that's
after
upsetting.
story, we have proof that that's not how the real world works. And if you were listening to the Rizzuto show, you wouldn't have spent that.
Well, so here's the bottom line. Most employment contracts and state laws are pretty clear. If a company pays you by mistake, it's still their money. Finders keepers definitely doesn't apply to payroll. So if you suddenly saw, a $20,000 mistake in your favor, would your first instinct be to call HR or wait and see if they noticed? What would you do? I always think it's a test.
Yeah, me too. Mm-hmm. And if I'm being, you want a real answer?
I want a real answer.
I would put it in its own account,
Oh,
and I would just let it sit,
yeah, okay.
and I wouldn't touch it. They'd go 5 years ago by, and I wouldn't. I would just pretend it didn't exist. And if
No way. I totally think it's
I
some
think
kind of
I think it's a test too. And as soon as you go, "Hey, you got that?" I go, "Yeah, here it is, right here." Whoop, and it's right back.
Yeah.
And you could also, if you say, "Hey, you messed up," maybe they knock you a little $100 that maybe they weren't going to let you
yeah?
have
Yeah,
in
so
the
you
first
know,
place.
No, they're not doing that.
I wasn't sure what that was, so I put it in a special place just because, like, if it was yours, I was protecting it for you, and here it is right back. And there it is. But 5 years goes
Oh,
by.
I thought
Maybe
this
there's
was
some
the
sort
bonus
of,
I don't get anymore.
that's what I'm saying. Maybe there's some sort of statute, and after 5 years, that nobody's claimed it.
I know
Yeah,
they're coming for it, so I'm paying it forward. Going to give it to the most tear-jerking charity I could possibly get
Yes.
my hands on. When they want it back, I'd be like, cool, go get it from them. You go down to Ronald McDonald House and you ask for that.
Yeah, go ask one of the
back.
sick kids to have the money back.
Right.
Feel free. Your error.
When Hubbard,
Checkmate.
Egg on my face.
when Hubbard messed up a few months ago on mine and they paid me too much, I was going to keep it. Then one day, John Kowski showed up with a baseball bat at my house.
did?
And I was like, Dad,
He
gummit.
goes right
does
for
that?
the knees.
Yeah, I was like, here you
He's
go.
a break your knees kind of guy.
Yeah.
Rafe, that's a great.
Thank you.
Create your own charity.
You know it's an error. You know someone's going to catch it. You might as well do some good with it.
Have some fun.
Pay it forward, and then if they, because then you get the satisfaction of still like getting the error in your favor,
and you
and
get the
they
write-off.
have to go chase the money down.
And you get the write-off, right?
Yeah.
And you get the write-off.
Yeah, this is a
And
win-win.
you get the write-off.
And the company looks nice. You get the
Everybody
write-off.
wins. Everybody wins. The sick kids win.
Yeah, somebody try that and let us know how it goes.
Good PR.
Because I
and
still got a
good
feeling.
PR. It's good PR for the company, or you can go get the money back, Jack. Whatever you want to
Still
do.
got a feeling you're getting screwed because these stories never go well.
This story here hit kind of close to home. A 17-year-old girl, her trip to Florida to go to a cheerleading competition. I'm assuming it's the big one, which for my daughter's in 2 weeks
At Disney.
at Disney. Her trip to the cheerleading comp turned into a nightmare, and now she's taking Frontier Airlines to court. So I guess she traveled alone. I think she went down to Florida alone. 17-year-old. A lawsuit filed in federal court claims the airline basically ignored a ticking time bomb, a passenger who was visibly hammered before he even sat down. So according to the court filings, the airline didn't just let him fly. They kept the drinks coming even after he reportedly started acting out. So this was her flight from Philly to Orlando. So it's only about a 2-hour trip.
That's not even long.
2-hour trip. The lawsuit alleges that this 32-year-old guy, this passenger, sitting next to the 17-year-old cheerleader, was already smelling of booze when he boarded. Despite this, they served him 3 vodka cocktails
Oh my gosh.
right at the start of the flight. He touched a flight attendant inappropriately early on. Then they gave him 2 more vodkas, so bringing his total to 5 drinks.
You must have been in first class.
After the 5th drink, they don't have first class at Frontier.
Oh, they don't?
It's no class.
Oh, I've never been.
You don't have foam on the seats
Yeah, it's just
at
plastic.
Frontier. It's just a hard plastic.
They don't have any of that, but you can get 5 drinks in 2 hours?
Oh, they'll serve you drinks.
Willing to
yeah.
pay.
Bro,
Their
that's
priorities
crazy.
are different.
That is wild.
Yeah.
So she says after the 5th drink, things turned dark. So the teen says she tried to ignore him by playing games on her phone. The guy started groping her, trying to kiss her neck.
Oh, God.
Would you not kill this guy? Man,
Dude.
I would. Oh, man, if my little girl got off the plane, I don't know what I would do. It said a drunk guy.
Well, this is when the passengers should have just.
Yeah, dude. Why didn't she just say, like, oh, yo, get off of
Citizen
me?
swamp justice alert.
She was in a window seat, so she was trapped, basically. It wasn't until another passenger noticed what was happening and called for help that the girl was finally able to get away. So one of the most upsetting parts of the story revolves around what happened after she reported the assault. The lawsuit claims that while she was being moved to a new seat, some of the flight attendants started joking and like mocking the situation right in front of her.
Terrible.
I'd
go off on this whole crew.
Probably charged her for the seat move, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they nickel and dime you there. on
$25
Frontier.
if
You're
you're
a
going to move
kid.
up 4 rows.
Right? She's 17, you said?
17.
Terrible way to treat a 17. Traveling alone?
Just terrible in general.
Yeah. Doesn't matter who you are, but especially this. Like, you have nobody else with you on that flight, and you're just out here. And already the parents are
2-hour
probably
flight.
like, I don't want to put my kid on a flight by themselves. There's already, like, a heightened awareness. It's terrible.
So while when the plane landed, the guy reportedly got into a struggle with police on the plane before he was dragged off and arrested. So while the passenger was charged with resisting arrest, the teen says, the damage to her life is far-reaching. So the lawsuit claims, the stress and lack of sleep ruined her performance at the cheer competition the next day. Blew it.
Yeah, you got physically assaulted by a man. I imagine that's going to stay with you for a while. Like, you expect her just to, like, pop back up, be like, I'm okay. This is terrible.
She's now 19. She says the event was so severe she had to give up being a firefighter, her dream of being a firefighter, because of the emotional distress. Okay.
Well, don't give that up.
Yeah.
Go save people.
Go
Be
help
the
people.
hero.
That gets you out of that.
She says her PTSD is so bad.
Huh.
Maybe that's true. Maybe
That definitely could
it's
be
being
true.
amped up for the lawsuit too. I don't know.
I
Either way, it's. Oh my God.
Yeah, beat the hell out of this guy.
This is
I wish someone. This is a perfect
swamp justice situation.
Yeah, dude. Anyone on that plane should have beat the living hell out of this dude. I'm right on the spot, like unconscious, and just let him sleep it off in the floor until the police came. Drag him off the plane in cuffs.
Everybody turns around.
Everybody wins. Everybody turn around. We don't know who did this.
Right.
It's a citizens' agreement. Citizens, gentle people's agreement.
Everybody on this flight.
We all know what this man has coming to him, and
he fell down.
Yeah,
he was so
he didn't
drunk.
see nothing. Yeah.
You wouldn't believe how drunk this guy was.
Oh, that guy, yeah,
he fell right into my fists.
He fell down on the ground.
I was trying to keep him away from me. He just kept falling into my fists. It was crazy. Yeah, this guy deserves like a world-class beatdown, for sure.
And shame on Frontier if what she says is true.
I hope she gets so much money. I hope she shuts that airline down. I hope she gets that much money out of this.
Oh, we're flying Frontier home.
Oh,
This
no.
is after your flight.
Not
I
anymore.
hope.
We're flying Frontier home, coming back from Mexico next Sunday.
This is one of those things where the lawsuit sounds so justified to me, of like the failure of the airline on every level
to protect a passenger,
to protect an underage passenger, especially. That is like the cherry on top of
because
negligence.
aren't they supposed to be marked too? Like
Yes,
any
flying
of the
alone, you are supposed to be.
What's the story I
supposed to
had
have
on
a
Friday?
gauge.
Why did the flight attendants say, why do they greet you when you walk on the plane?
Oh, to see if you're a doctor.
To see if you're
They're scoping you.
see if you're drunk.
Yeah, and to see if you can help. And when I went on the
you're hot.
planes this weekend,
You flew to Denver?
I said, hello, I'm here. I'm prepared. You need me? 23F. I'll be right over there.
The guy's hammered drunk.
Yeah.
Put a mark on
Spanish
17B.
drunk. Get
I
him
was
out
like,
of here.
listen, I'll be right over there
No
when
flight
you need me.
I flash a homemade
You and me.
badge that's just a picture of an alligator and it says "Swamp Justice Enforcer." If you need me,
I looked
at
right
any
at
point
her.
on this flight, you let me know.
I looked right at her. I did the eye thing. I said, me and you, we're eye to eye.
I'll be
good.
26B
I got you.
because I forgot.
Can you imagine all of us
Check
on the
in.
same flight and like the different energies we bring to a plane? Like I'm like one Xanax in, like gonna just be in the very back of the plane, like don't want to talk to anybody necessarily, just be in my headphones. You're telling them you're a doctor. You're Mr. Swamp Justice. What are you doing when you walk on the plane?
Dr. Swamp Justice.
Leave me
I'm
alone.
also-
Just don't talk to me. What are you doing, Scott? When
I'm
you
going
walk
to
on
talk
a
to
plane?
everybody.
Oh God.
I want to meet everybody.
Get
Can't
this
wait.
guy out of here.
What are you doing on vacation?
First time on an airplane?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you.
Yes,
It's not as scary as it
yes,
feels.
Tracy. I'm flying Frontier again. They're the only nonstop. They're the only nonstop when we're leaving.
And heaven forbid a layover for the Rizzuto family.
Why would I?
We want the entertainment. Lay
Why,
them over.
why would I want a layover when we could go Frontier and roll the dice?
Because you had an issue before.
What's the worst that could happen?
You said never again. And then here we are.
Until I figured out there's no nonstops. Damn you, Frontier. Let's do crap on. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And we begin with this. The first weekend of Coachella Music Festival in Indio, California saw all sorts of powerful performances and a couple of surprise appearances. We'll start with Friday. So Turnstile did their first performance since all of this, ex-guitarist Brady Ebert drama had happened. And they started their set off with a recording from Brendan Yates' dad. He said, "I'm the proud father of Brendan. They're all sons of mine. They've been practicing at my house for about 13 years now. They recently vacated the basement. They're at a point where the larger the venue, the better, because they just enjoy the energy. And to all the fans out there, we love you, and Turnstile loves you, and enjoy the ride." So that was kind of some shade being thrown at this guy who tried to run him over, allegedly.
I was, looking at some of the gossip sites this weekend, and it's, all about the Coachella fashion.
Oh, it always is.
Who
yeah.
wore what to Coachella? And I'm thinking, this is not for me. This is not a thing.
It definitely isn't for you, but Coachella is a thing. Everybody, you wear as minimal clothing as you can.
Coachella?
Coachella. And Sexy Red brought St. Louis to the Coachella stage. Lizzo came out. Sexy Red, St. Louis's own, had a huge replica of the St. Louis Arch on her stage, which is badass, right?
Awesome.
Sexy Red?
Sexy Red.
Yeah, she wore a big STL pendant, too. Like a big pendant necklace.
She was keeping us proud in Indio. I loved that. Also on Friday, Teddy Swims brought out mascot of this show, David Lee Roth.
Yeah.
For a cover of Van Halen's Jump. Here's
He
a little
looked
audio.
good.
Dave looked great.
He looked good.
He was in his element at Coachella.
I mean, did he sound good?
No, he did not. But it's...
is fine. Teddy Swims is good.
He did the best.
Teddy propped him up.
Teddy propped him up.
Dave was propped up by his backup singers, Teddy Swims, and he was just riffing out there above it all, which is great. That's what we want.
He was out there, did you see any of the video? Smiling.
Oh, loved it.
He had the David Lee Roth,
Yeah, he's
smile.
a performer.
He is very much. Billy Corgan came out with Somber, which was great. Did a cover of 1979 from the Pumpkins. That didn't sound very good either. I don't have audio of that. But Vanessa Carlton later came out, did 1,000 Miles with Teddy Swims, and here's a little bit of audio from that.
Okay.
Crowd was really into it.
Did Teddy Swims come out with Teddy Swims?
He did.
Well, that's
Get
good.
out of here, David.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass and I'm homebound. Staring blankly ahead, I'm making my way.
That's great.
Okay, thanks. But the most memorable that I saw, we watched this entire set yesterday when we got home, was 9 Inch Freaking Noise, guys. This was Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, Boys Noise. Mary Queen Mandig Reznor came out and did most of the performance with them. And Tim and I both were kind of skeptical about this because we went to the Peel It Back tour twice last year, and it's so good. And we're like, well, what is this set going to be like? You guys have to go and watch it if
I'll
you did
watch
not
it.
see it.
Yeah, I would say that the MD for this show and the MD for the Bieber show, they deserve raises.
For sure.
So cool. So cool.
The music
looking.
director?
Yeah. So cool looking.
Doctor.
I have
the
never
people
seen...
that put all the show, like
Doctor.
they really put the show together.
Yes.
Holy smokes.
Holy smokes, indeed. They had, so not to ruin it, but it looked like a freaking hellscape for 9 Inch Noise. They came out. Mary Queen had this insane kind of
And
devilish...
that's his wife, right?
Yeah, that's his wife, and she's
How'd she
in
get
How
that
to
job?
Destroy Angels. I don't know, but they had the best sex of their life after this performance. Tim and I were watching it. We're going... They're killing it. It sounds cool. The choreography was spot on. Like the visuals were so
Nepotism.
stimulating, and their energy together was so hot. And I'm like, oh my God, they had to have gotten off stage and immediately like boned each other because wow. But they did 11 songs, remixes of all things. So like Closer, copy of. But then they also did As Alive as You Need to Be to finish things up. They did a How to Destroy Angels cover and Parasite, which was super kick-ass, and a lot of things that were kind of first-time performances for this kind of setup. And it really is worth the hype, and there's a lot of music websites saying that they made history with this because of just how damn cool it was and how choreography
It's all
was
on YouTube,
seamless.
too.
Yeah, you can go back and watch
You
it.
go back and watch on YouTube.
It's
Listen,
excellent.
also upon your suggestion, I did watch the Lamar Odom.
I listened on Friday. I heard you enjoyed it.
The Lamar Odom
Documentary.
documentary on Netflix.
Untold.
Untold.
I was happy to hear you say what you did about Khloe Kardashian because it does
Yeah,
paint
she
her in a
changed
new
my
light
opinion.
for people. Yeah,
She changed my opinion about her.
it really did.
She took care of that dude.
She really did. It was excellent.
And he is a piece of crap.
He was, yeah. Hopefully, he's getting himself together and being better to his kids and whatnot because he was a
Terrible
real
father.
terrible father.
Terrible
yeah.
father. Terrible husband.
Yeah.
He was like at one point faking how sick he was, and then she caught him like smoking crack
Jeez.
in their house.
It's as raw of an interview with him and her. Like, they don't hold back about anything that was going on. She was talking about, like, specifically smelling crack. She's like, once you smell crack the first time, you never get that out of your head.
She was like changing his diapers because he had no control over his bowels.
Helping him walk.
Oh,
Oh
man.
my gosh.
And doing this even after knowing that, he was at the whorehouse and overdosed on like this Viagra type thing.
And keeping it under wraps, like making sure that the PR didn't come out to ruin him. Like, even though she was personally hurting so bad from like him banging all these, spending $25K at the cat house, and she knew it, and she got a random call from one of the women that worked there and like, hey, your husband's overdosing. And she's like, well, who the hell are you? She's like, well, we're the women that he's been sleeping with all week. She still found it in herself to go pick his ass up and shield him from the publicity of this, which also would have made her under the bus too, I'm sure, but mainly him.
Right,
And
but
she
then-
took care of him so well.
This a-hole just goes up, pretends he's sicker than he is, and so she could take
Yeah.
care of him and start smoking crack again in the house. Get out!
Yikes.
Get out big time. Back to this 9 Inch Noise real fast. That new collaborative album is set for release this Friday. Very excited. Go watch the Coachella recap. Speaking of Trent, this is a hilarious story. So the wedding of Foo Fighters drummer Elon Rubin led to a pretty funny encounter between Trent Reznor and Tom DeLonge of Blink-182. So he was on a recent episode. Elon Rubin was with Elmo Lovano, where he talked about having his wedding. And he said... Tom's a really tall guy, kind of hovering over Trent Reznor. They're having a conversation. Tom DeLonge's phone's out, and he's like, hey, check this out. And he talks about, what could Tom possibly be showing Trent Reznor right now? And so he goes up to Trent, and Tom's like, hey, dude, congratulations. I'll see you in a bit. I'm going to go get a drink. And then he says to Trent, what's going on? Trent Reznor tells Elon Rubin, the dude just showed me a dead alien. Nobody else can conduct themselves in that way and have to be normal, but Tom is so unapologetically him. It's infectious.
He's really into that stuff.
He really loves aliens, and he was showing Trent Reznor a dead alien, trying to make him believe at Elon Rubin's wedding, and it's a really great podcast. Obviously not doing it injustice because nobody's laughing, but it's pretty funny. The Rock Hall tonight is going to have its list of inductees for the class of 2026 on American Idol, and I just gave you all who you think. So they usually honor 5 to 7 people each year. So should we pick 5 or 7? And then whoever gets the least right is going to have to eat 2 nasty jelly beans tomorrow. Okay?
Oh.
I know. Punishments.
Oh, so we have to.
Wait, what?
So you need to really think about this.
We have to vote like the Academy.
Yeah. So should we do 5 or 7?
Wait, so what's the task here?
So you don't want me to vote for who I think deserves it.
Right. We did that earlier in the show when we.
They take anywhere between 5 and 7.
They take anywhere
Let's just
between
do
5.
7 and see how many we get.
Okay, let's do 7 and see how many we get right. So if you forgot who might be going in,
Well, read them, and then we'll go around and see
who
we
picks.
think.
Okay, great. So New Edition was at the top of the list for the fan vote with more than 1 million
Does
votes.
anybody think they're getting in?
It's their first nomination.
No.
No.
I don't either. Phil Collins was
Yes.
second on this list.
He
I
better
think he's
be.
getting in.
He
will be a-
better be.
He is a 2-timer if he does, because he went in with Genesis
I
in
think he's getting
2010.
in.
Pink. Now, sometimes, don't think that just because they're pop, they won't get in, right? So
No, I know.
is
I
she
don't think
ready?
so.
This is her first
I
nomination.
don't think she's
I don't
getting
think
in.
so.
She was number 3 in the fan vote.
No, I don't think she's
Okay.
getting in.
Shakira.
No.
I'm going to say Shakira gets in.
Really?
Yes, because I'm thinking of diversity of music. She's been around longer than Pink. They will have somebody in the pop realm get in.
Yes, I don't think her, though.
I'm going to
think so
say
either.
Shakira's getting in. Luther Vandross.
Yes, I think he's getting in.
Okay. This is his first time being nominated.
I think
Really?
Luther will.
In Excess.
I think they're getting in.
I would hope so. I as well.
First nom.
First nomination. Sade.
No.
Her second.
Oh, unfortunately.
Wu-Tang Clan.
Yes, baby.
On the fence. On the fence.
You think that's the pop act?
No, the pop act's coming up.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to leave out.
Wu-Tang's for the children.
Wu-Tang is for the children.
And for the Rock Hall.
I don't think so, no.
I say yes.
No.
You know what? I'm not going to say Luther Vandross.
No.
I'm going to say Wu-Tang. Billy Idol is second nomination.
I'm gonna say yes.
I bet you
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
He's on tour right now.
He has to.
I love Bill Idol. Love him.
Still rocking. I think it's.
I saw a video of him and Steve Stevens playing on top of the Empire State Building.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they were like on a balcony. They're awesome. I'm a fan.
Yeah, me too.
All right, actually, I'm going to switch.
Good folks too, and I think they're in the right spot for this right now.
Next one's Mariah Carey.
Yes, she
I'm
gets
going
it.
to say
I say yes.
Mariah's getting
That's
over
the
Shakira.
that's the pop act.
You're right. You're right.
She's getting
You
in.
right. You right.
Lauren Hill.
No.
No, wait, go ahead.
I don't think so.
I don't know either.
I don't think so. But that's my 50-50.
I have 5.
I
Two
got
more to
4.
go.
I got 4 so far. Iron Maiden, I think
No.
I think they're going in.
I say yes, actually. I
think
think
so?
Third nomination.
Dude, I mean, look at them. They're always trying to look cool. And if they put Wu-Tang, Billy, Mariah, and Iron Maiden at the same time, they look like they're doing diverse.
Mm-hmm.
They look like they're doing cool. I think
Nope.
I'm with you. Melissa Etheridge.
Nope.
The Black Crowes.
Nope.
Oasis.
Yes.
not this time.
Oasis gets in.
Oasis is also a third nomination.
I don't know. Oasis is tricky because they've thumbed their nose at them so much. I could
Right.
see them being dicks and not letting them in. But they
yeah.
also just had such a high
They
profile
had
reunion.
such a huge reunion thing,
I think they get in.
Yeah, but I think I think they're going to delay it.
and they put him in just to see what they're gonna do. Are the brothers gonna be there?
I don't know.
I think yes.
All right. I'm going to say, okay, I'm not saying Oasis is going in. Joy Division in New
Yes,
Order.
this is
is
their
their
year.
third.
For sure.
I'm saying Joy
This is
Division.
their year.
That's
They
the
deserve it, but I've said that last
This is
year and
their
the year
year.
before, and they didn't even get close.
I don't even know. I don't know anything about that.
You know some of their songs.
I don't know if I do.
Yeah, you do.
Go ahead and sing one.
Blue Monday. How
Does it feel?
Oh, that's them.
How?
Yeah, but let's say no.
Okay. And then finally,
think
Jeff
yes.
Buckley,
No.
posthumous
No, not
effort.
this time.
He will get in eventually.
That's his first. Yeah, first nom.
No.
No.
All right.
I
How
got
many
my
do I
second.
have? So let's go through them. Who do you have, Riz?
Phil Collins, Luther Vandross, In Excess, Billy Idol, Mariah Carey, Oasis, Joy Division, New Order.
And Moon, who do you got?
I have Phil Collins, Luther Vandross, INXS, Wu-Tang Clan, Billy Idol, Mariah Carey, and Iron Maiden.
Is that 7?
That's what I thought. Yeah, man, 7.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go.
You're right.
Phil Collins, NXS, Wu-Tang Clan, Mariah Carey. I'm going to throw Lauryn Hill in there just for like an oddball one. Iron Maiden and Joy Division.
Have fun eating jelly beans tomorrow.
you're
I fear nothing.
Why would you throw a vote away with Lauryn Hill?
I don't know. I got a weird feeling. I got a feeling like she will. I don't know. Leave me alone. Rafe, who do you got?
My 5 that I'm sure about: Phil, Luther, Mariah, Oasis, Joy Division. On the fence on Wu-Tang. They deserve it, but it's their first nom. On the fence about Iron Maiden because I don't know. I thought they'd get in last year, but I think those are going to be my other 2. I think I'm going to go. There's no other rap group either.
That's what I was saying.
Which makes me feel like Wu-Tang's got a good shot.
Yeah, if they're going to do 7, I feel like they almost have to do it.
If they do 7, I think Wu-Tang gets in. If they do 5, I don't think they get in, and then I'll go ahead and say Iron Maiden and lock it in.
Okay, and then King Scott.
Phil Collins for sure. NXS. I went Wu-Tang. Billy Idol, Mariah Carey, Oasis, and Joy Division.
Thank you.
This is Iron Maiden's 3rd.
Yeah.
I mean...
And they just added more people to be inducted with the band.
Yeah, are you stupid? I mean, this is one of the most influential bands in 50 years that's still playing.
Yeah.
Pink did just have a huge tour, and they are whores for, like... The Rock Hall are real sluts for anybody that's back in
either Mariah Carey or her.
And she's great at like rock and roll covers. Like if you look up Pink doing "Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You" from Zeppelin, it's pretty phenomenal.
Don't forget Mariah Carey put out a alternative record.
Oh yes,
that's right.
And glitter.
And glitter.
Yeah, we don't
That's
talk
right.
about that.
Well, anyway, tonight on American Idol, you'll get to see who the class is before we talk about it tomorrow morning, so tune into that.
Okay.
Godsmack have announced that guitarist and St. Louis's own Sam Colton, who was touring for a long time with Faster Pussycat and Dorothy, great guy, he is going to be playing with the band. So when they are here on Sunday, June 14th, as part of the Rise of Rock World Tour, St. Louis's own Sam Colton is going to be playing guitar. So
Boone and
look
I
out
got
for
a
him.
date that night. We're going. We're gonna go to the Melting Pot first.
Uh-huh.
And then we're going to go to the show.
That's nice.
No, I will not be there.
Okay.
But I do support him and Shannon. I like those two.
There you go.
Well, you're going. And
I will
we're
not.
going.
That's a
we're
punishment
going
for
to, No. It's not fondue. It's fondue. And we're going to go to Melting Pot
I
first.
love melted cheese.
I'll even get the dessert for you.
I'm just waiting for a sorry, brother. That's all.
Okay.
just a cool, I'm sorry away.
Britney Spears voluntarily entered rehab yesterday, guys. This is good. Just over a month after she got a DUI. At the time of her arrest, her rep said that she was planning to take the right steps to, quote, come up with an overdue needed plan to get her set up for success. This is not her first time in rehab. She went in 2007 during her custody battle with friend of the show, Kevin Federline. And so she was hospitalized twice for psychiatric evaluation. That led to her conservatorship, which was lifted 13 years later. So I really do hope she's getting some help because that's crazy. She got that
Listen,
DUI.
if you're not going to go with me, then maybe Kevin Federline will.
He probably would go with you. And a couple things. So Euphoria Season 3 premiered last night. A lot of people slamming Sam Levinson because of Sydney Sweeney's character Cassie. I guess she was dressed like a baby and she was creating an OnlyFans account. I haven't watched the episode that aired last night.
Give the people what they want.
But a lot of people said, Sydney girl, you could say no to scenes. And then somebody said, Sam Levinson is weird as F for even coming up with this, and Sydney is weird as F for not saying no to it. So they're both getting thrown under the bus.
Isn't that like a weird show?
It is a weird show.
Wait, what
It's very
show is
sexy.
this?
I mean, no one
Euphoria.
cared. It was like high school kids in very promiscuous sexual.
It's somebody,
It is.
No one cared about
people
that.
are telling an actor that they're upset with them for doing a scene.
Right. And they're mad at the director or creator.
I saw more at the director.
we've
Like,
lost
dude,
the
you're
plot.
like messed up
creepy
for
guy.
wanting Sydney Sweeney to do
Especially
all
the
these-
content of the show. I get it if it
I've
was
not-
like,
I've never
hey,
seen
this
the
is
show.
out of left field, but like what Euphoria I have watched was like,
Yeah, Kat had
it's
like
all
an OnlyFans.
It's for
the
shock value.
First season is like they're in high school, they're all doing drugs and promiscuous and doing weird stuff, and portraying underage kids,
Right.
And adults are watching it.
The whole thing is shock
Now
value.
it's like a flash forward. They're all adults, right?
Yeah.
And
I think they're all
it's-
supposed to be in college or something.
Yeah. So I don't know. It seems like a weird time.
It's
to
a
get
really
offended.
good take. I
Fake
like
rage.
Euphoria because I think that it's just a really raw. You did do drugs and have sex in high school,
Sure.
and no other TV shows about high school
Sure.
ever go to that really dark part that is for some people's high school experiences, and they do in that show. But yes, it's a valid point of like, why are we upset and outraged now when Sydney Sweeney's had her boobs out this entire time and is
Give
like getting
the people
railed?
what they want. They know.
And finally, BuzzFeed.com put together a list of actors who either got fired, quit, or died during filming and had to be replaced. Kind of an interesting list. I'll just go through it.
Oh, that Spartacus one's probably on there.
So Henry Cavill, he quit The Witcher over creative differences. He was replaced by Liam Hemsworth, his bro. Or no, not his brother, but his friend's brother. Richard Harris was Dumbledore for the first 2 Harry Potter films, and then he passed away. He was then replaced by Michael Gambon. Nicole Kidman, she quit her role in Panic Room just after 2 weeks because of knee injury, and then she was replaced by Jodie Foster, which killed it in that movie. Paul Walker died before Fast and the Furious 7 was completed. $50 million was spent to complete the CGI, and his younger brothers had to be his stand-ins. Chris D'Elia was fired from... D'Elia was fired from Army of the Dead over sexual assault allegations, and he was replaced by Tig Notaro, who then filmed all of her scenes alone in front of a green screen since it had already been completed. And then, of course, a couple of deaths here. Heath Ledger died in the middle of filming The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus.
Oh, God, that movie rips. Did you know how they finished that?
Yeah.
So he was supposed to be in the role. They designed the entire rest of the show, rest of the movie around him being dead and replaced him with 2 or 3 different actors.
Yeah, so it was Johnny Depp, Jude Law, and Colin Farrell.
Dude, and it was masterful.
Yeah, I remember that.
I love that movie, and actually, like some of the Greek fire imagery at that time was based on that concept.
That was who's the director? The Monty Python guy, Terry Gilliam.
Oh, he did that.
Could have been, yeah.
I think so. Was that a Terry Gilliam movie?
I love that film.
And then Chris Farley, he recorded most of the vocals for Shrek before he died. Mike Myers had to take over the role and had the script rewritten. And then Philip Seymour Hoffman died while filming Hunger Games, Mockingjay Parts 1 and 2. He wasn't replaced, but the script had to be rewritten.
Everybody always talked about the Spartacus guy dying in the middle of that, too, being a big deal.
He's probably on the list. These were just like a couple of them that I thought were interesting.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Your celebrity celebrating a birthday today. Allison Williams is 38. Ty Dolla $ign is 44. Glenn Howerton is 50. That's Dennis on Always Sunny. Lou Bega, Mambo 5, number 5, is 51. Ricky Schroeder, superstar of NYPD Blue and Silver Spoons, is 56. Max Weinberg is 75. Ron Perlman is 76. He's the original Hellboy.
Love him.
He was Vincent in the original Beauty and the Beast.
All the weird monster characters.
Yeah, dude.
Weird looking guy.
Sons of Anarchy, but I remember him from a movie in the 80s called Quest for Fire, where he was a caveman.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Brow.
Because I remember seeing him
looks
going,
like a
wow, that
caveman.
guy looks just like a caveman. And then when I saw an actual picture of him, I was like, oh my God, he looks like an actual caveman. Like that, they didn't take a lot of makeup there. And the Reverend Al Green is 80 years old.
All right, today's porno birthday is Sarah Blue, and that's BLUE, in case you're wondering.
Okay.
Sarah Blue. Today's birthday girl's been in 273 fun films, including Apple Bottoms 2, Asses for the Masses, Big Booty White Girls 2, Bus Stop Sluts, Crack Addict 1, Passion of the Ass 2, a movie called The Splash Zone.
Oh, my gosh.
We have a sound for that.
Yeah, clean up on aisle 6.
I was gonna
And
A
9.
movie called
The Splash Zone. This is a classy show. What are you doing? And who could forget a role in 2004's Truly Nice Ass 7, Scrumptious? Sarah Blue is 43 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays. And that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We got your sex dumb fun facts. We'll talk to a certified sex therapist named Amanda Samuels. She's an expert in all things polyamory and ED and premature ejaculation. That's right. So
All things I'm interested in.
Yes. So if you got any questions, feel free to throw us a text or even call in 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833.
I want to know if they make little corks.
Great question, Rafe.
It's a good question.
Great question.
Just remind me when she gets on the phone.
So for today's Sexy Time Fun Facts, we actually have a guest. Ladies and gentlemen, certified sex therapist. Give it up for Amanda Samuels. Amanda, good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
How are you?
Good.
All right.
Happy to be here.
So here's how this kind of got started here. So Rafe had a couple comedy shows up at the Funny Bone a couple weekends ago, and a group of swingers came to one of his shows. I think, what'd you say, 70 of them?
77, which was an odd number for a swinging group, but seemed like somebody was the pivot person, and that's cool.
That's fine. So actually, Rafe was invited to swing with the group, and I don't know. What'd you say, Rafe?
I said thank you. That's very sweet.
Are you considering it?
I wouldn't say we're in the consideration phase, but it was nice to be asked. And a couple of couples asked us out to dinner, and we're not in a. I don't think we're in a open it up part of our journey right now together. Right. We're going through some big transitions, and I don't think adding 77 people to the roster is going to make things. I don't think right now where I'm at.
Right now, yes.
But I'm not saying the future is always unknown.
Well, so Amanda, you're an expert in when it comes to polyamory, when it comes to ED, when it comes to premature ejaculating. So let's start with the basics here. Amanda, what's the difference between a swinging lifestyle and a polyamorous relationship? Because I think people use those interchangeably and get it wrong.
They do. So with swinging, you can possibly see the same couple or group of people often, but you might not play with them. They might not be your constant play partners. So there's more flexibility. There's more, a lot of times more experimentation with a lot of different people. You might find someone that you really enjoy being with, and that could be constant, but it's not as constant as with polyamory. Okay. The other thing is, I feel with swinging, they try and keep it more in regards to the play and less with the emotional. So when you think of polyamory, poly, many, and then amory, love, many people that you truly are connected with, you care about, they are partners or even, friends that you do more with, that are constant, that you know about their lives. They are part of your life. And even if you're only seeing them, say, once a month, or maybe even once every 6 months, there is some level of connection there.
So swinging is more about a good time?
It is often more about, experimenting and enjoying the act than forming those relationships. That's not to say that never happens or can't happen. It is just not generally the intention when people go in. It's normally, we are a solid couple. We feel solid in our relationship, and we feel like we can open it up in this way, and it will be okay.
Mm. It didn't seem like that necessarily with the group I met. They all seemed to know each other. They were on a planned event together. They knew each other's kids. It seemed like maybe there was a blurred line between the swinging and also just being part of a community that maybe was polyamorous. Not everybody swung with everybody, but it was we're all in the same friend group. They're
doing field trips together. They took a first student bus.
That was the vibe I got from them, was that, she's like, there's different types of swingers groups. There's some that monetize it and videotape it and put it on OnlyFans, and it's more about capitalizing on the lifestyle. And then there's people that they have children and marriages, and that they vet people really hard. They were like, we don't want people coming here to fix their marriage. That's
I'd
problematic.
Assume that's how you have to vet people.
True that.
Buddy.
So, I don't know. It seemed like the group I was hanging out with kind of was both of these things. The ones that came to the show.
And so what I'm hearing you say is this group really formed a sense of community. Mm-hmm. And so maybe they do have more of that relationship going on. And I guess what I would say is every group is different. And so when I'm talking in general.
Sure.
But this group actually, they sound like a really lovely, very special group. To have that sense of community, to all gather in that way and all feel that level of connection with one another. And so yeah, that sounds really nice. I don't know how often they meet, or if they meet kind of more of a one-on-one or anything like that. When we're talking about poly, we could be dating as couples, or we could also be dating individually. And so like when you think about if you have a long-term relationship or are even married and monogamous, how much closer that relationship is than your whole group of friends that you're close with, and they've met your kids possibly or know about your kids and whatnot, and you enjoy their company, and you guys might even, do, trips to the Lake of the Ozarks or something together. But like they're not as close or that level of connection as like your long-term partner or spouse.
All right, Amanda, what's the most common reason a traditional couple would end up in your office going, we want to add a third person?
A lot of times I will get couples that come in, and when they're thinking about opening up, they have been in their relationship for, a pretty substantial amount of time. This isn't generally like 2 or 3 years. It's generally like 15 plus. And they're just feeling very solid in their relationship and feeling like this is something that they would be open to, that they would like to engage with other people. Something I think about when I think about people opening up is, we didn't used to live as long. We used to die in our 40s or our 50s possibly. And now we're maybe getting married in our mid-20s, maybe by 30. And we are with the same person day in, day out. And they are becoming kind of our everything, right? They're like our best friend, they're our spouse, they're the parent of children if we have children, or our fur babies. They're the person that when we think, oh, we're going to go to the concert or whatever, they kind of become our everything. And we are so like enmeshed with them. And as we're with them for a longer period of time, it doesn't mean we love them any less. But like the idea of, hey, like what I was taught when I was growing up, this idea of like, well, if you really love someone, you should only look at that person, or you should only.
So do you think that? Do you think that humans are not monogamous creatures?
What I would say is I feel like we've been socialized to be monogamous, and so I think there's a group of people who it truly is like the best fit for them, and it's the route they should go. And then I think there's this other group where as they start to feel more confident in themselves, and like I don't have to be what, is expected. I can be my own person. This is who I feel like I am. That they start to like open to the idea of like non-monogamy.
All right. Well, what if one partner wants to open the relationship and the other's hesitant? Is that relationship effectively over, or is there some kind of middle ground?
What I would say is you have to move at the pace of that partner that isn't sure. So we have to figure out why they aren't sure. Are they scared that it's going to ruin the relationship? Are they worried about, STIs? What's coming up for them? And like, see, is it something that like we're able to work through, or is it just, no, this isn't who I am. I'm not okay with this. This isn't going to work. It doesn't always end the relationship, but it does put a lot of strain on the relationship because.
Don't you think maybe it should be on the person, like, why do you want to bring another person in, instead of the why don't you want to bring a person in? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I think that's like where the misconception is, though. So we get into this feeling of like, well, what am I not doing for you? What can I do that will make you only want to be with me? Like, why am I not enough? And I don't know that's like, where we want to be looking, but that is kind of the common misconception is like, well, it must not be enough. And so like a really great example I could give would be, say that there are, a couple and they've been together for a long time. And when they got together, they were young. They really didn't know themselves very well. They weren't really, very experienced. And And as they got older, one of them started to like think, oh, I'd like to try this or I'd like to try that. And maybe they attempted that with their partner. And their partner kind of like, oh, what is wrong with you? Why would you want that sort of thing? And so they started feeling like, hey, I don't need to do this with you. I still want to be with you. I still want to, be married or in a long-term relationship. I still want this life part with you, but I want this other piece of me that isn't being filled to be filled somewhere else. And I want that, whether it's in something like swinging, where I can experiment more with someone else, or whether it's in something like polyamory, where I have to feel connected to feel safe enough to explore this part of me. So, yeah, it's not, you're not enough.
Well, I have so many questions. Well, let me try to.
I have a specific one while you're gathering your thoughts, if you want.
Well, real quick. So if you are, just in regards to the couples that you're counseling that are into the non-monogamous stuff, are you handling more couples that are coming to you prior to opening that up for the first time, or are you handling more couples that have already done it and now they're in counseling?
That's a good question.
So, yeah, that's a really good question. So it's both. When I get those couples that come in and they say, hey, we're thinking of doing this, we want to make sure, we're kind of covering all the bases. Can you walk us through it? Can you ask the hard questions of us to see, what we think or how we think we'd react, to this, what our views are, right? Those couples, I see them in general having a much easier time at the start of their relationship. They have already talked about a lot of the things that could come up, and they've made agreements about it. They've said, I'm okay with this, I'm not okay with that. Let's say I'm okay with an overnight or I'm not okay with an overnight. So they're talking about all those things. They're learning not just why they're, it's not just say, hey, I don't want this. It's why would I not want this? What comes up for me? If there are things that are hard that come up, we're working through those things before they jump in. And they're not jumping in right away. So they're not starting with me and then 2 weeks later putting up a dating profile. We're really walking through it slowly. We're making sure we're mindful of how each partner feels. And we're also thinking about those people that they're going to interact with in the future because they have feelings too. We want to make sure we don't cause them any, pain or distress.
Right.
And then those other couples that come in, we're usually doing some level of repair. We didn't talk about this and now we have to walk it back. And how are we going to do it different? And why did that bother me?
Yeah, that's to follow up on that real quick, it's unringing the bell. Do you find that even couples that come in ahead of time and they're okay, one partner's not into it, but now it's out there. Now we know one partner wants it and one partner doesn't. Does that
always hanging out there now?
So even if they don't follow through, do you still have to counsel them on now the insecurity that might stem from that?
Yeah, we talk a lot about what do you know of your partner already? How have they shown up for you already? Because, we get into these stories. Say that your partner comes home and says, hey, I thought this person's really attractive and they hit on me and I'd like to kind of see where that goes. We get into well, why? Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to talk to someone else? Why am I not enough? And we start going down this rabbit hole of you don't find me attractive, you don't love me anymore, you don't want to be in this relationship, right? And it's not that's going on. And so we have to really kind of, take a step back and go, we've been together for 20 years. It doesn't mean we're going to be together forever, but what has my partner shown me up until this moment when they share this information with me? Right. That tells me these stories I'm telling myself.
Well, I think that leads into my next question, which is, do you find specific personality types or attachment styles are more prone to feeling non-binary? Because I've read a lot of literature on this about avoidant attachment styles.
Oh, you've read literature?
Sorry.
He's a fancy man.
You got a couple pamphlets?
It was a Facebook post, but it was. I read some literature. It actually wasn't a Facebook post. It was a meme. I saw a meme, and. But there are certain like certain kind of like ADHD or avoidant styles or anxious attachment styles, or do you find it's everybody, or is there a certain type of personality that you feel kind of lives in that world where they don't see things as binary in that way of like I'm a monogamous or I'm non-monogamous or things like that, or does that not really matter?
So what I'm going to say about attachment styles, because I'm also EFT, which is emotionally focused therapy trained, and that is very attachment style based, is a lot of times you can generally be a specific attachment style the majority of the time, but you are not that attachment style all the time. And so sometimes the relationship that you're in can actually bring out other attachment styles. Meaning, if someone is super avoidant and, they're like, oh, yeah, I like you a lot, and then they kind of pull back, that could, if you're normally a very secure person and don't really think about it, not a big deal, that might start to play with your mind and make you more anxious and bring out those behaviors of an anxious attachment style versus, if you are feeling like, hey, we have really great communication, we have fun together, I feel like I'm a priority, even if you are normally a very anxious person, those things, would then lead to you feeling more secure in that relationship.
That's cool.
So, so I would say there isn't specifically I would say it's more dependent on the flow of that relationship because it really can shift. You can be so secure with someone and then have a totally different partner and be like, what is going on here?
I got two quick questions. One is just stats. Just give me a stat. Give me a percentage. Because I'm always curious with counselors. Wouldn't it be cool if we could walk into any sort of relationship counselor and be like, yo, what's your batting average of successful things? And my question to you is, when people open this kind of thing up, what's the percentage of things where it goes great versus the things where it doesn't always end well? Just what's the percentage?
Are you asking me based off of people I've worked with specifically,
I'm just saying, yeah.
In general?
No. In your experience, the people that you work with that decide to open things up, give me the success rate.
I'm trying to think if I've had any couples that decided to actually end the relationship over non-monogamy.
Well, I just mean in the relationship. I mean in the relationship at all. If it goes well, I know you can't necessarily blame one thing, but after it opens up, the couples that you're talking to that open things up, what's the batting average?
And are any of them hot and would make a good girlfriend for me?
I cannot disclose any of my clients' confidentiality.
If they're hot or not, though.
I can't think of a lot of, just in general, I don't have a lot of couples that walk out and don't end up, staying together. Okay. The ones that are not staying together are the ones that came in to say, I tried counseling. And I saw them for 4 sessions, 5 sessions, and they were like, we tried it.
Gotcha.
We're good. We're done.
And then briefly, my only other thing is, because I'm not here to say anything bad about the sex industry. I'm all for people's rights to do whatever, but I do believe that porn is ultimately a net bad, especially for men's minds. And my question to you is just a yes or no. Do you think porn plays a huge role in men wanting to open things up?
I don't. I don't think that's why they're trying to open things up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I would go into that question of porn more with delayed ejaculation.
Yeah, right. And actually, we had a few listeners email over questions, and the common thread is, hey, if you masturb it too much to porn, does it give you performance issues in the bedroom? And I think that's kind of a scientific thing, right?
Yes.
I mean, you would agree with that.
Yeah. What I talk to people about is there's nothing, I don't feel there's anything wrong with, watching it and enjoying yourself. But I think that when it becomes such a all the time thing, this is several times a day, that when you have an actual real experience,
Who's got the time
it's
and the body
going
for
to
that?
feel Yeah, it's going to feel really different, and it's just not the same.
Is it bad if I'm watching it right now?
Yes, it is bad. I don't appreciate it. Okay. All right, listen.
Turn it off. Everybody's going to be weird about it. It's fine.
Amanda, is there a website people could go to get in touch with you?
Yeah. My website is lifeinbalancestl.com.
lifeinbalancestl.com, and you deal with couples counseling, and you do ED issues and premature ejaculation issues. So, fellas, if you got a problem, give Amanda a call.
Yeah, well, and I work with women as well. So, like, all sexual dysfunctions, desire discrepancy, those non-monogamous relationships and kinks, but also just those common, like, communication and conflict that people experience in relationships.
All right, well, we appreciate you taking the time. That's Amanda Samuels, and we'll put your information up on the socials, and people get in touch with you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Many blessings.
What an interesting job she's got.
Yeah, what an interesting gig.
Interesting gig. All right, listen, we'll take a break. We'll come back. More Sex on Fun Facts. Rafe, on relationships, what do you got this week?
I got a Reddit thread and a check-in for something we talked about a few weeks ago on the show.
All right, we'll continue after the break. Did you hear about this Kiss cruise they're doing?
They're always doing a Kiss cruise.
Yeah, but are Paul and Gene back together? Like, are they putting the makeup back on?
Gene was on a cruise not too long ago, and he had to leave the stage because the wind was out of control. So he's been like out there cruising. But I don't know if it's like he and Paul are doing it together.
I thought I saw that they're doing something together. Just finishing up.
The wind
Sex on
didn't
Fun
pay
Facts.
to be there. So he was
That's
like,
right. You got to charge the wind.
I got to go.
Did you know that women were never meant to give birth on their back? So for centuries, women delivered babies standing, squatting, or kneeling. I don't know if you want to tell your wife this, Scott, but those positions actually help because gravity makes things easier.
Yeah.
And squatting can help widen the pelvis, as we all know.
Pop the squat.
All fours. I've seen some details on home births and whatnot. And actually, like, being on all fours and, like, essentially pooping your new love of your life into, like, a little pool is the way that it's been done.
Well, so they're talking standing, squatting, or kneeling.
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing a home birth, Scott? Are we doing
we're doing with the dolphins.
Because I got an extra kiddie pool
You do?
at home.
Can we all be there in the room? Have you asked Al? Or
that's
yeah, we're gonna have some listeners.
We're all in there.
Hey,
gonna open it up to listeners if they want to come.
It's our worst nightmare.
Hey, you're supposed to squat with that epidural, though. You know.
Yeah, that's a boss delivery if you just take a knee and pop a kid out. If you're just like, blow.
Captain Morgan.
You just like do a little.
Captain Morgan.
No, I wonder.
Get out.
She's talked about that, so we've reached out to the arch, and it looks like it's going to happen where she's going to do it there. It's going to slide down into my arms.
Oh, God.
So I'm excited.
God.
Hike.
So are you excited about that? Like, are you going to be watching everything as it's happening?
I'll be on the safe side of that curtain. I don't want to pass out.
There's no
you need to be down there at crotch.
Well, there's a curtain if they do a C-section.
You need to be. I was when my sister was born. I was with my mom because Jerry was in Vegas, and I was in the room, and I was. She was a natural, like a vaginal birth, and I was there. I saw my sister take her first breath of air. It was the coolest damn thing
and you
ever.
swore off motherhood after that.
I swore off
that's how
motherhood
good
afterwards.
that. Okay, I'll stay behind the curtain.
You need to see it. I highly suggest it.
Really?
It is
because
beautiful.
it is traumatizing in all the ways that it's supposed to be.
Well, there's only a curtain if they do a C-section.
And she might poop on the table.
You've got the key to the city of Overland. If you're not cutting the cord with big scissors, what are you even doing?
That's true.
It would be like a ribbon cutting.
Can I tell you this, though? If they say the word episiotomy,
bail.
Don't look. That is the most traumatizing thing.
Yeah, that's where they cut the gooch.
Yep, okay.
If they say that word, steer clear.
Well, why have we shifted to laying down as far as
because
getting?
we're a soft society, dude.
It
We're
goes
just
back
taking it laying down.
a couple hundred years, but the original story is some French guy said it would be more convenient for the doctors. Sounds nice for the doctor, but shouldn't we be making it easier on the women? Am I right?
Yes.
Am I right?
Feminism.
Look at you. I'm impressed.
Modern research shows that giving birth in more upright positions can mean shorter labor, less pain, and fewer medical interventions. Okay?
Okay.
Pop a squat, ladies.
Squat
this
out,
kid's
ladies.
coming out.
Let's go.
I'm going to give her a
They've
cigar.
been saying
and
a
have
long
her
time
squat.
water birth is like much easier on. I don't know why.
And who doesn't love a slip and slide?
That's right.
Well, I mean,
It's summer,
like
guys.
A warm bath. Just
We're here.
A hot tub of whence you were made, a hot tub whence you shall return.
Yeah. I mean, you're really like...
Not a hot tub.
I made you in a jacuzzi, and I'm bringing you into this world in one.
You're upping the chances of an Olympic swimmer as well.
That's
you know?
right.
Yeah, that's right. You want
feel
the
at home
next
in
Mike
Well, that's what
Phelps?
they were saying. Like, newborns can swim. Like it's innate.
Oh, you ever
That's
seen the
incredible.
videos where they just throw a kid in the pool?
Well, it's
Very
not,
bizarre.
it's not that they can swim necessarily. It's that they have that thing where they won't inhale the water.
Well, they can get to the surface, though.
They get to the surface and they turn over. You ever
Turn
seen
over
that?
Yeah, it's
where they're
awesome.
they won't be face
Good.
down.
Next
they'll
time you
turn
see a
over.
little
I'm
kid, throw 'em in the
100%
water.
considered that's swimming, but yeah.
Well, it is
I'm saying they
surviving.
can survive in the water out of the womb, which is pretty impressive.
Somebody says 314. You need to have your baby born on a trampoline. So I don't know what this.
Oh,
pool
you're
talk
right.
is.
That's the law of Overland.
Then I get that kid out.
Double bounce, boop, there comes the kid.
Yeah. How
Attached to
soon?
the cord.
Yeah.
How soon did you guys teach your kids to swim? Was it
as
like
soon,
at
as,
baby?
next
as
day.
soon as possible.
Next day after they were both born.
Can't they just swim naturally, like as they're plopped out?
There's a lot of research that says yes. If you like start them at like newborns and keep them in the water, that they innately know how to swim. But if you don't, they kind of lose that skill and you have to reteach it. It's really amazing. I've seen some stuff where I'm like, that's crazy. There's like a 2-month-old.
You read literature about it?
They'll float.
He's reading
You're gonna hang
literature.
on to that, huh? I've read many scrolls. Yes.
Riz, how big's that bathtub you put in?
Why
your
don't you
new
guys both
bathroom?
take your
It's a
brains
kiddie
out, put them
pool.
on the table, and we'll see whose brain is biggest.
What?
Nothing. Just back to you. Let's
Okay. Weight loss drugs like Ozempic and Mounjaro and Wegovy can free some people of pounds and their toxic marriages, guys. So according to new research, people who undergo rapid weight loss are twice as likely to get divorced. The numbers are in, guys. Now, the study focused on people who had been fitted with gastric bands, but the idea is that it could extend to the rise of GLP-1 drugs. So according to the study of 12,500 married people, more than 14% divorced within 6 years. Within 6 years of losing a lot of weight compared to 8% among the wider population.
Yeah.
And experts think there are several reasons why this may be happening. Go ahead, Rafe. Reason number one?
Reason number one, it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're confident, and their options have opened up because they're probably getting hit on more. They're probably getting more opportunities.
Well, yeah. So losing weight may make people feel more, confident.
They're feeling themselves.
They're feeling themselves.
Yeah.
Well, people who commit to weight loss treatments like this are clearly comfortable making big life changes. They're probably becoming more social, trying to live a healthier life. If your partner isn't on the same trajectory,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem. An expert says it's not that losing a large amount of weight is actually ending healthy marriages. This is more about people trying to improve their lives, and then the partner's not.
Yeah. I think there's some head stuff going on too. But yeah. Especially if there's a chasm of like someone's like eating right and going to the gym and doing all these things, and then they see their partner's like stuck in the rut, and it's like you're drifting away from one another. Like there's lots of reasons you can drift in a relationship, and that's a big one too. Is like usually if one person gets hot and the other one's not doing anything, there's a red flag on its way. There's a red flag. A referee has his hand on a red flag. The coach is about to throw it on the field, and there's going to be an instant replay of whether they should be married or not. It happens all the time. My friend just went through this, and it's interesting. He was just telling me that like his wife lost a bunch of weight, started going to the gym. He's getting in shape, but not at the trajectory of her. And
She did it quick.
she just started sooner and got there quicker.
Right.
And her pitch to him was like, we should open it up. And he said, what? And she's like, well, we're getting into our hot era. We should enjoy it. And he was like, well, why? How come I don't get to enjoy the hot era? How come I had to enjoy the not hot era and I married you and now you're in your hot era and other people get to enjoy that? Like that seems like
The
a weird,
not hot era.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that was her pitch. Was
This
like,
marriage is over.
I don't know.
It is.
It doesn't mean it's over.
It
but
is
it's
over.
Like, that's a weird pitch. And
I don't know how you
understood where
could
he
come
was
back
coming
from that.
from. Where
Honestly,
he goes, why can't I enjoy this hot era that we're both going through?
And that's what I was trying to ask Amanda earlier was once that's out there,
sure.
like
You
my
can't
question
unknow
is,
it.
you can't take that back.
Right.
So if I'm like to my wife, all right, I want to bring another lady into the relationship, she goes, hell no. That will always be
Yeah,
out
it'll
there.
bother you for sure.
That will always be out there.
Yeah.
You can't take, unless I got the Will Smith,
Let me ask you this.
Everything's going
Men
great
in
for him.
Black, red laser.
Oh, right.
What about this? Which is worse? Meals cheats on you, admits it, never gonna do that again, You can't unknow that. Or she comes to you and asks to open it up. You guys decide not to. Which one stays in your head longer?
Well, they're both
terrible for you. But like
for me.
One hypothetically already happened.
No, the cheating is worse.
Yeah. Okay. So just that's the other thing. It's like, it's amazing that this conversation even comes up in relationships because it's almost, Tim and I were talking about this last night, like people's kinks, right? Let's say Tim told me about his foot fetish or something. I can't unknow that if I'm not into that as much as he is. I can't unknow that though. And if I don't want to participate in that, I still know like, oh, that's like what he's into. And I said, well, yeah, it's hard for people to even acknowledge their kinks or something they're into in the first place with someone because of this reason alone. No, he's not.
I just imagine her feet being out of a blanket and she's like covering them up.
I don't know more. No, but people
I'm
like
not in the mood.
that's something that people hide in relationships usually.
Sure.
They're afraid to like open up what you're into because even if somebody loves you so much, they may still judge you and be like, that's super weird. You know, so it really goes from like, let's open up the marriage to even like,
oh yeah, listen, I could go home and go, Meals, I've been hiding this secret. I really want to be an adult baby.
Right.
And,
and now she can't
She's
not
like,
know that.
you are.
Yes.
No wonder you didn't do the
for 20
diapers.
years.
You know?
No,
You're
what if
just
I went
now
like,
realizing this?
Like Christy Noem's husband who's into that bimbification.
Sure.
That's actually what we were talking about last night. He goes, what if, Tim said, what if I was like Christy Noem's husband and I like to, put on big boobs and have the bimbofication? And I said, well, I'm like, I love you. And I go, I'd rather know up front. I think I would at least. I'd rather know that up front and you telling me you're into that than me just randomly finding out from somebody else or these chicks posting it online and then everybody else knows too.
My first thought would be, what did I do wrong? Like, it would be on me. Like, what if, am I not, are you not fulfilled?
Right.
That you need to put giant balloons under your shirt? I don't know. Before we get to Rafe on relationships, men have a reputation of keeping tabs on the moves of what their favorite sports teams, but more and more now, guys are secretly keeping notes on the women they're seeing on their phones. So they're using their notebook, their notes app, and making notes about the women they meet.
And
so
I didn't see this as a problem.
Yeah,
But you're listening. That's a big step.
Some
for
people
us.
are seeing this as a red flag.
Wait, why would it be a red flag? Isn't that what you want? Don't you want?
Yeah, the idea is that men are listening. And you know what? Here's your favorite snack. Here's your this. Here's your that. Here's your,
Right. Tim has a whole thing on his phone about like me. Because he can't keep it all straight.
Yeah. I mean,
there's certain things, and I do that with like gifts. Like if he mentions something he wants, like I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna put this in my notes.
Because some women are like, oh, what do you keep? This a manual on me?
No.
Why aren't you flattered by that? That would be cool, I think.
I would
Oh,
too.
someone cares enough that
That's what I would think.
creating like an owner's manual for me. Like that.
Some women
true
feel that
effort.
as negative.
It doesn't have to be an owner's manual. It's just gonna be notes on the person you love. You know what I mean?
Sorry, I wasn't trying
That
to make
terminology,
this patriarchal.
I don't like that.
Some people feel it creepy.
Well, you can have an owner's manual on.
Well, okay, so the guy I've
No.
told you about that I toured with for a while that had a little black book.
Yeah.
He was maybe doing it for not the greatest of reasons. He was marking down, Pittsburgh, shower, 5'7", blonde, Amanda. So when he would go back to Pittsburgh, he'd be see, oh, Amanda, what's up? Hey, you want to take a shower again?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he was keeping notes, and he had a list of everybody in every city, and
He probably had great sex.
he was up
a
to
lot.
he was up to 157.
He's organized.
My
Yeah,
God.
it's very
He was
sweet.
up to 157 in 2003.
I'd rather them have notes on you rather than not remember anything or care enough to write anything down, right?
I just can't imagine, like, if I saw a note in my partner's phone that was like, his favorite band is this. He loves this. His favorite food is this. I'd be like, the hell? How dare you care about me? How dare you make notes
Some
about
people
things that
find
I
it
love
creepy
that might
that
bring me happiness?
I
It
don't know.
depends
Some
on what the
people
notes
find it
are.
creepy that you're writing stuff in your notepad about them.
Teach their own, I guess.
That's
right?
weird to me.
If you don't like organization.
Wait,
Where do they find out about journals?
Oh yeah, journal's gonna be a big problem. So was the person like one person at a time, like dating somebody for a long time, or they were dating many people and keeping notes that way? I didn't remember what you said.
Well,
first.
it's a trend now.
Like
it's a trend.
The multiple partner thing is a bit odd. Like, maybe zero in on one person. What's wrong with you?
All right, well, let's get to Rafe on relationships. So what do you got this week for us?
All right. Well, let's start with a check-in. A few weeks ago, we had a conversation on a Rafe on relationships about, I think someone had emailed in, or maybe it was off Reddit, about like if you were joeing to the picture of another person and they would like it, is that a victimless crime, or is that something that, like, if someone liked you and you liked them and you found out they were joeing to your materials and you would like that would like turn you on, but that's like,
so let's say somebody sees your picture online and you find out they're joeing,
or they have a picture of you in their phone. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be something they pulled offline, but yeah. And I said, well, I personally would like to know. I need the win. Well, I got a message.
Oh,
this is nice. From listener, well, I don't know if it's a listener, but someone named, obviously a listener, she heard it, Elizabeth. After listening to yesterday's Monday Rizz Show, I decided to go ahead and shoot you this message. I don't remember your exact words, but you said something about needing to know and wanting to know if someone was looking at your picture in a certain way, wink, wink. Often when I DJ on myself.
Oh, God.
I love that. I think of you / picture you in my head. The last week I woke up, I dreamt and remembered I dreamt about you that night. It was a lovely dream to wake up to. I would never tell you these things due to you not being single, but I feel if there was a chance to shoot some kind of shot, this was it. Do I have a crush on you? Absolutely. And obviously, if nothing else, this message will make you feel good. Let me tell you something. I responded. This message literally is keeping me alive. So it's very sweet.
So she's jilling at you?
I appreciate the
Not
check-in.
jilling.
Yes,
She's jilling hard.
It's
like
jilling.
it.
She's
Now
jilling.
it's
jill time.
So this is from
Stop, my
listener
mom.
Jill, which is weird. It's crazy. Thank you. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for listening to what I asked for. Because I was like, I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. Like, I want to know. I love it. Let me know. Boys, too. I don't care. I just want to know that I'm not an asexual goblin. And this is like, it's keeping me alive. So
I would like to know if
Good
there's
for
some
you,
hot
pal.
women out there who are jilling to me. Probably not.
Oh, God. I don't want to know, and thank you all. The one time
Keep me alive. Help me.
I was like working at Casey's afternoons. This old man sent me a D-pic to my email. He had shot the photo from below his ball sack.
Yeah.
And it was shot up.
That's an
to
old man
where
photo.
I could see his face in the shot, and I have never been the same since. And I am good.
Do you still have the picture?
No, but I invited everybody in. I was like, everybody, come in and look at this guy. So
You don't have the picture?
I do
still?
not have it. No, that is gone. That is way gone.
Well, I have an open door policy. Hashtag Joe to Rafe.
JoeToRafe.com.
Joe Dirt Rafe. Send it. If it's nice, send me a message. You don't have to be graphic, but just it's fine if you want to let me know. I'm cool with it. I like that she listened to my request. And
Well, it's
it
a
was
nice
very
little
sweet. It was
ego
very
boost.
sweet.
That's nice.
It is a nice ego
That's
boost.
nice.
I'm not kink shaming that at all.
It's not even a kink. It's
if it
just,
makes you feel happy,
it
I'm
just
happy.
makes me
for it.
happy to know that somebody out there
So you're
still
telling me a guy,
Yeah.
an old man, how 70s?
70s for sure. My people.
So he took his phone.
Uh-huh.
And
he was outside.
the same
Okay,
way they
outside.
do Facebook
He was outside
photos.
at his trailer. I don't know where he was from, but he was out in the wilderness. And I got to see the lower part of his male shaft.
Oh.
And I've never been the
Which
same.
we can all
As
agree,
opposed to his
worst
female
part.
shaft.
Worst part. There's a
Up
reason it's
underneath?
on the bottom. It's the worst part
But see,
of it.
and Moon brings up a good point. However, we have had a Rizz Show listener who I love.
Like
and
rhinoceros skin.
she had a little crush on me, and she's a lesbian, and she goes, "You're my screensaver on my phone," and I thought that was the sweetest freaking
Right.
thing.
Well, there's a
Jill
And I'm
time.
into that.
that's what I'm saying. There's a drastic difference between. It's like if that was graphic like that, I'd be like, okay, that was too much.
Right.
This was very sweet. She's like, hey, you're in my roster. You're in my Spank Bank roster. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's not like, it wasn't like graphic detail or anything like that. Like, that can get a little weird. And definitely if you're sending photos of your rhinoceros-like undercarriage.
Chris on the instant feedback, bottom of the email to Rafe. By the way, can I make you a famous red velvet cake? Totally not Jill.
I would take the red velvet cake. It was very, very good.
Oh God, Mom.
Honestly.
We had a gal once. She was very cool, to be honest. She is not. She's from not too far from here, so I got to watch what I'm saying here. But she used to come to a lot of shows.
Sales department.
No, this is before I was at the station. She used to come to a lot of shows, and she was very cool. And she was up on a bus because she was like kind of friends with everybody, and she used to make us stuff. And then one time she sat down, she's in the front lounge and she starts talking about some of the things that she's done to us and whatever. And it got really awkward. And then we realized we were all eating the cake that she
What do you
brought
mean?
us.
What she's done to you?
Let's just say that, like, I forget exactly what the stories were.
Like
she was
fantasy
saying.
type stuff?
The fantasy
Oh,
stuff.
fantasy.
And we're eating cake. We're eating the cake that she brought us. And
I'm getting sleepy.
I remember seeing it. I remember. I'm like, yeah, this red velvet's so good.
It's not red velvet cake.
And, dude,
Chug it off the bottom.
I remember looking at our drummer.
You love the Rolling Stones, eh? That's crazy.
I remember looking at our drummer, who's got a mouth of the cake, and he goes, and he spits it onto the plate. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he goes, and after she left, he goes, I can't eat anything that she makes us anymore. I don't know what she's doing with it.
You guys all woke up naked, stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
And you don't know what happened.
No, but
There's icing in my ass.
Like a human centipede?
It was the very first time that he goes, dude, she's I don't know what she's doing with this. I don't know what she's putting in it. She could be
Sat on this cake.
You know, that's what I'm saying. He was like,
This is devil's fruit cake.
this could be cake farts. I don't know.
Oh,
The
okay.
devil's in this cake.
I don't know what it is, but I was like, oh, you're right. I ate 3 pieces
she
of the
cutie?
cake. Yeah, she's pretty cute.
What are
yeah.
we complaining about then? Come on.
Because they woke up
your cake?
stacked
They're all cute.
on top of each other like a human Jenga. She was gone.
It was the first time that I ever questioned, like,
There was a note in
food
Johnny
from
Venus's
fans.
butt. You had to read it to the
Don't
group.
need food from fans.
Oh, we did. To this day, though, there's a gal
my
on the
God,
East
that's
Coast that used to make us cookies, and those cookies are so good. I'd still eat those cookies.
She's famous.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
What else, Ray?
Good cookies.
Okay, let's go to Reddit. It's a financial situation. We talked about like money and finances last week in relationships, and I had this one pulled and we didn't get to it, so I'm going to read this one. My boyfriend and I grew up in different economic situations, and it's affecting our relationship. Some of us probably been through this. I know I dated a girl that was like financially out of my league. Me and my boyfriend have been together for over 2 years. I know we're young and haven't been with each other that long, living with him in his parents' house for almost a year. He and I had different childhoods. He grew up very comfortable, nice homes, Mercedes at 16, all his bills paid for, etc. On the other hand, I started working at 16. I haven't really been unemployed, have my own car payment, and kicked out of my dad's RV. Yes, my dad lives in an RV.
Nice.
Pay all my own bills, etc. Have since I was younger. Went to a car dealership. He works 40 hours a week, maybe 50. He's very lazy and unmotivated about getting a job. And I work full-time in a professional office. Anyway, we've been talking since last year about getting our own apartment. And he has occasionally used his home against me when we have heated arguments. Suddenly, he wants to get some expensive sports car and doesn't want to get an apartment because he has a free place to stay. I understand where he's coming from, but not really. I know if I were in his shoes, maybe it would be nice. He understands my situation is a little different, too, and sometimes even pokes fun at it. I don't know what to do because we're both young, but unfortunately, I have to grow up a little quicker. I love him, and I want nothing more to be with him, but I don't think our goals are very aligned. I can't grow up at his pace, but I don't want to leave him behind. Too long didn't read. My boyfriend wants to buy a luxury car and stay at his parents' house instead of moving in and getting an apartment. And this could be a deal breaker.
You're obviously
for
in
me.
two different
What do I
places.
do?
It's not going to work.
Is
Break up
that-
with him.
That's a
Done.
that's a
It's over.
break-upable offense to
It's
you.
over.
How cool is the car?
Yeah.
It's a Mercedes. Luxury
Yeah,
Mercedes.
So how rich is the family? Is there if you lock it down?
Yeah, if you just like write out the different pacing, are you gonna marry rich?
Yeah, eventually you're
don't
gonna-
be a fool.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah.
You're rich.
Well, and the thing,
Yeah, you know what my best advice is? Marry somebody rich. To
Yeah.
you, to my kids, to anybody. Marry somebody
my
rich.
grandpa used to say, marry the first time for money, the second time for love. It's good advice.
yeah, how rich is this family?
Well, pretty rich. Says he's prioritizing fun. I'm stuck in survival mode, living in a home where I feel unwelcome, and he uses the roof over my head against me. That's the part that's like a red flag to me. It's like,
Yeah, he sounds like a dork.
she's staying with him in the parents' home, which is pretty nice, but feels like they're treating her like a freeloader. And she's like, let's just get our own place and get out from under.
Well, life ain't perfect.
mature
you gotta
thing
endure
is,
a couple things.
They're pretty young, though. They're 21.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
21?
nothing. That's
Yeah.
you're a teenager with
21
better
and
numbers.
22. So I'm like, I don't know, maybe ride it out for a while.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
if you feel like a freeloader, to start
Save your
just going
money.
over the
And
top,
that's the
like
thing,
volunteering
like,
to clean
if-
stuff, to go do dishes, to
Yeah.
do some stuff like that.
Yeah, you are a freeloader.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
and
just go
that's
do
and
extra
that's
stuff.
okay. You're supposed to be right now, and the world hasn't done you any favors. It's made you harder to not be a free.
Save your
freeloader
money.
at 21.
If you're working 50
Yeah,
hours a
you,
week,
you
chill
are
on
a
that.
freeloader, and enjoy it, dude. Like this is the time to max out. I'm serious.
Load
Put some money in the
maxing.
bank.
Yo, save as
Bank
much.
maxing.
Work your butt
Put
off.
some money
and
in the bank.
Put that money in the market, in the bank. Like
That's what I would do.
freeload. If I could freeload right now, I would.
If you're working, Just sock some money away and then get your own place, and then he's on his own.
Yeah,
you win.
This is a great time
Get
for
your own
both of
RV.
you. Enjoy it.
Yeah, ride it out.
Yeah, I say write it out. I don't think it's a breakup thing yet, but it's a
I-
red
I-
flag.
you know
on,
what?
it's
It was
a
a
red
good point
flag
there
on
and
building
there.
a life with that person, but it could
Good point
be
there in their
okay for
20s.
now.
And me too. I will say 21. 21 is like probably the first marker where you're really finding the difference between a prepared 21-year-old female and any 21-year-old male. You're going to be at different paces. 21-year-old male, his brain isn't even like connected. Like we're still living as kids in adult bodies trying to figure things out. There's definitely a
Women
pacing-
got it figured out a little earlier.
I just think, definitely that's a fact. I think I think high school girls are smarter than your average 22-year-old dude, and that's not even. I'm not even trying to be insulting. I'm saying like we're in two different feminism for different reasons. We're pacing differently throughout those entire youthful years. Don't you agree? I mean,
I think girls and women, we mature a little bit faster than boys.
yeah,
Well, I like when you
for
look
good
at
reason.
like junior high kids, and you get all the girls are taller than the boys.
Mm-hmm.
That always makes me laugh. Mm-hmm. That always makes me laugh.
I think I just if you're both 21 and you're together, you're inevitably gonna be
Put money away.
pacing a little differently.
Put some money away
right now.
and save up, ride it out. You live in a nice house. You're getting fed. Work your ass off, and then
Get out.
get out. All right. Thank you, Rafe. Anything else?
That was it.
Okay. We'll take a break. Stay there. Sports is next, and the FAA is hiring video gamers to be the next air traffic controllers.
Whoa, fascinating.
Yeah. I'll let you know what.
Great idea, though. I mean, you think who better can have
I
an
know.
attention span and a screen?
Yeah.
I'll let you know how much after 3 years of service you'd be making. So if your teen loves video games, but isn't interested in coding or engineering, there's a new career path to consider. Working at an airport. And no, I'm not talking about, driving old people around on golf carts. The FAA and the Department of Transportation are targeting new generations of air traffic controllers, video gamers.
This
if
is
you
awesome.
If you haven't heard, air traffic controllers are understaffed. There are a lot of reasons, including government gridlock, but it's generally considered to be an excellent job with great pay and benefits. Although it is intense, it is stressful. So on Friday, the FAA, this Friday, the FAA will open a new round of applications, and their latest campaign is targeting young adults who love video games. So the hiring website makes pitches like level up your career with high score rewards, talking to the gamers.
Oh,
Yeah, the
yeah.
jargon.
Yeah, the jargon.
This is
love to
justice,
speak to
though,
them.
for all the guys and gals that have been in basements playing video games and getting just reamed by their parents and friends and the
Yes.
society. You're never going to amount to nothing. Well, now what?
Yeah, you're gonna pull them from the basement and throw them all the way on top of that
Yeah.
tall building.
I know,
That's
it's gonna be
scary
new.
up there.
Paid training, government benefits, and average pay exceeding $155,000 after 3 years of service.
It's great.
You're never going to amount to anything, son. Now I'm landing planes, Mom.
Yeah.
How you like that?
Now, of course, being a controller doesn't actually involve Xbox controllers, but the government is working to modernize their systems, and they believe gamers' positive cognition influences like thinking quickly, staying focused and managing complexity will translate well for these intense tasks that controllers, need to do.
That's a great idea.
So the quote-unquote mission requirements include being a U.S. citizen, fluent in English, and being under 31.
Man, I can't wait to see whenever they get mad at the pilots what they say to them, how offensive it gets and everything.
I played Call of Duty with 13-year-olds.
Yeah.
I know how bad they get.
They get pretty rough.
They get pretty rough. Yeah, you age out. So the air traffic controllers, you can only be up to a certain age or else you're out.
Yeah.
But $155,000, that's good.
That's excellent money.
It's good work. Let's do sports. We got camera issues there, Mooners.
Yeah, it's stuck on Scott, which is awesome.
That's fine. Leave it. Hey, let him enjoy.
Listen, dude. No,
Let him enjoy.
You want me to just
I
put it
didn't mean
back?
to go
Let him enjoy
pick
Scott a
my
little
Yeah,
bit.
nose.
let's see what happens.
Hey, St. Louis, enjoy.
Oh gosh, I don't know what's happening. I'm sorry, guys. Let's start in Augusta, Georgia. Down in Augusta, Rory McIlroy. He did what only 3 other men in the 90-year history of the Masters have ever done. He won the green jacket in back-to-back years. Yes, back-to-back years. He joins the legendary company of who? Who are the 3 that have done back-to-back Masters wins?
Tiger?
Mickelson.
No.
Jack Nicklaus.
Yes.
Sam Snead.
No. Nick Faldo.
Nick
You guys are never going to get
Faldo.
yes.
Where's Faldo?
Where's Faldo? Yes.
Rory went into the weekend with a massive 6-shot lead, the largest in the tournament's history, but then he nearly lost it all on Saturday. Yesterday, he held off the world's #1, Scotty Scheffler, to win by just 1 stroke, finishing 12 under par. On the final hole, Rory sliced his drive into the trees and had to hit a hook shot out of the pine straw just to give himself a chance. Don't you love that I'm using golf terms?
I watched
Me
2
too.
I watched Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, it was you were edge of your seat. Edge of your seat.
It was a good Masters.
Well, his
I'll be
comeback
honest
was
with you.
crazy.
Yeah,
'Cause he
it-
fell down to the 4th or 5th, and
He fell down.
Fell
so
down the hole.
embarrassing.
bad.
Right into the
I
sand
know.
trap. Somebody
I was
had to
drinking
rake
an
it.
Arnold Palmer.
You were?
Yeah.
I love an Arnold Palmer.
Hey,
I was drinking an Arnold Palmer, watching. watching
I'm done
the
with golf.
Masters.
I'm done. I'm done. Speaking of edge of your seat,
Or
Battle Dome. The Battle Dome was rocking. Did you guys see any of this stuff? It was all over social
I
media.
didn't. I was watching the Masters.
Oh, how exciting. The St. Louis Battlehawks pulled off an incredible 34-30 comeback victory over the Birmingham Stallions.
Ah, yes.
In front of over 20,000 screaming fans. It was back and forth, and honestly, the UFL social media has a highlight reel just from this game. Battlehawks were trailing late in the 4th quarter when the backup quarterback Harrison Frost took over after a rocky start where he did throw 2 interceptions. The other team, the other team catches the ball that you threw.
Yeah.
St. Louis scored 21 points in the final 14 minutes. It was freaking sweet. The game winner was a screen pass to tight end Tyler Neville, who bullied his way into about 11 yards into the end zone with less than 2 minutes left. Now, on some sad news with Battlehawk stuff. This was everywhere
This was sad.
last night and this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Very sad. Battlehawks community is mourning former cornerback Chris Payton-Jones, who was killed in a head-on car collision late on Saturday night near Gainesville, Florida. Dude was only 30 years old.
Wow.
Not only was he a standout in the University of Nebraska, but he spent time with several NFL teams before joining the Battlehawks in the 24 draft. And the league released a statement calling him a bright soul and a leader in the locker room.
Yeah. Sad.
Big loss there. Saturday, the Blues went into Chicago, took care of business, beating the Blackhawks 5-3. Jordan Kyrou and Jimmy Snuggs both found the back of the net, with Joel Hofer making 31 saves on that game. However, the celebration was short-lived because while the game was still being played, the Kings beat the Oilers. Because the Kings won, they secured enough points that the Blues are officially out, eliminated from playoff contention.
well,
So you almost wish they would have been losing the last 2 months so we could get a better pick. But that's
Well,
okay.
they were since the Olympic break, I think the best team in the West. So
Which is worse for us.
yeah.
It made it worse. All my friends that are the most diehard Blues fans are like, "What are they doing? You're screwing us."
you can't tank it. But
Yeah, I get it. 3rd time in 4 seasons the Blues have missed the playoffs, despite an incredible run after the Olympic break. They just dug a hole in the beginning of the season that was too deep. That seems to be our thing. Rough Sunday at Busch Stadium. The Cardinals lost 9-3 to the stupid Red Sox, and it was a familiar face doing the damage. Wilson Contreras, who the Cardinals traded to Boston back in December, had 4 hits and a home run against his former team. Bright spot, though, Jordan Walker continues to be the human highlight reel. He had his 7th home run of the season yesterday, which currently leads the entire major league. Injury report. We're missing star shortstop Mason Wynn. He missed the last 2 games with bruised knees after being hit by a pitch on Friday. Not bruised knees, just a bruised
one
knee.
knee.
Oh, okay.
The other knee, though, is sympathy
It's fine.
veins. Cardinals started a new series tonight against the Cleveland
Steamers.
Stallions.
Steamers.
The Steamers.
Guardians.
That's right. Welcome, the Steamers. In the NFL, by the way, the league has officially closed its investigation into Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice regarding domestic violence allegations from earlier this year. The NFL has determined that Rice did not violate the personal conduct policy, and he will not face discipline for those allegations. Rice is still dealing with the legal issues from a car crash in Dallas last year, but for now, he's cleared to join the Chiefs in the upcoming season. I am Moon, and that is your sports, because who do you think you are? I am.
Thank you. All right, that is it for us. Appreciate y'all tuning in. If you missed anything on the program, make sure you check out the clip of the day. Brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Also, the podcast brought to you by Dobbs Heart Auto Centers. And today's podcast is titled
The Batting Average for Polyamory.
All right. Boom, what else?
I have May 2nd, Can You Feel the Punk Tonight coming up, and that is going to be an exceptional show. I'm actually writing an email right now about some other special things that we're doing at the pageant. There's a 3 p.m. show and an 8 p.m. show, plus a VIP experience. And also tonight, I am going to be out at the St. Charles Community College.
Tell me the Wentzville location.
It's the Wentzville.
Holy
it's the
cow!
brand new Wentzville location.
Oh my goodness!
That's amazing.
That's right. That's tonight.
Wow.
And guys, this is one of your
Jammed up right
few
now.
chances at an absolute Point Fest ticket blast, which means they give me a pair for every 15 minutes. I'll call out a name every 15 minutes. This is your best chance to get into Point Fest for free, I would say.
What a treat, Wentzville.
We're going to bring some other swag too. I was talking to some of the promo team, and we'll have some goods for those that are there early. We'll be there from 5 to 7.
More like Cumsville today.
At
Come on,
the,
come on down
Come
to
on
Wentzville.
out.
Rafe,
What?
we're done.
What?
We're done. No more talking
wants
for you
everybody
today.
to come out.
Yeah, I love you. Thank you.
Learn.
Yes. I'm going to be at the 9 Mile Garden on Saturday with my band Lane Narrows, unless it rains, because we have a 60% chance. 1 to 4 p.m., and it's free. There's food trucks.
When is this?
Saturday.
Okay.
Why?
60% chance of rain?
Yeah, it keeps going down. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
We'll be fine. 1 to 4, family event. Come out and shake your groove thing outside at 9 Mile Garden. Thanks.
Rafe, without saying anything dirty?
I didn't say anything dirty. You took it dirty. You clean your mind up.
Yeah,
No,
you
I
have a
didn't.
dirty mind.
You're out of your mind.
Honestly, not everything's sexy time fun facts.
It's just a
What
play
else?
on words. I will be in Austin, Texas, starting Wednesday, doing shows every day until Sunday, including Rafe Williams and Friends. Friday night at Roscoe's Comedy Club. For all the dates, go to rafewilliams.com and check it out. If you're down in the Austin area, come hang out. Come say hi.
Scott?
Yeah, I'll be here in the booth for a while working on this because this is a Windows product, so it means it crashes all the time. So I'm redoing the podcast.
Well, behind the scenes for you. Thank you,
Yeah.
guys.
God bless Windows.
Thank you, Scott. All right, we'll leave you with a selection from our Teamers Member of the Day, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill from St. Louis. Ronnie Broadwater is our Teamers Member of the Day.